because this can't go on. This tragedy just cannot go on. So I thank you for your comments.
Grandma Gathright is next. She's going to address the court. She's going to break out in tears, but Judge is going to show a little bit of sympathy. Let's go.
I want to thank you for allowing me to address the court. This tragic event occurred when Sean was barely 18 years old, and this is a time when the prefrontal cortex of the brain is not fully developed. This development doesn't complete itself until they're at least 25. And this is the area of the brain that controls impulses, and risky behavior is part of the immature brain. They have a heightened drive for risky behavior. Logic is, emotions and impulses are their first priority, and logic is the second one. And I know that Sean made a mistake, but I really believe that the punishment is too severe.
Hey, Nurse Lady T.
Sean.
Oh, let me stop for Slim getting here. My bad, Slim. My bad.
I know it's hard. This is Gathright. It's hard.
Come on, Granny, get it together.
Sean is a bright young man, and given the opportunity, I believe he can make
Mike from the Ville, what up?
an outstanding role model for younger people. He's a strong Christian, and he is liked by his peers as well as adults.
He also had strong weapons and a strong tactical background, it seems, ma'am. Sorry.
One event should not define the rest of his life. Thank you.
Yeah, Grandma broke down in tears as we expected, right? Now we're about to hear from Sean himself, and while addressing the court, Sean attempted to draw a comparison between himself and the biblical story of the prodigal son. Now, for those unfamiliar with the parable, the prodigal son is someone who loses his way, makes terrible decisions, and eventually seeks forgiveness and redemption after recognizing his mistakes. Sean appeared to be asking the court to see him through that lens. Now, my question for the chat is, was Sean genuinely expressing remorse, or was this an attempt to gain sympathy at a moment when his future was hanging in the balance? Let me know what you think down in the comments. I'm going to go ahead and give you my opinion now. This was very selfish, no sincerity. All an attempt. Let's watch. You be the judge.
Your Honor, I just thank you once again for allowing me the opportunity. I prepared just a little something. I worked kind of thoughtfully on, well, pretty thoughtfully on it, so I just ask that you
Kinda. You starting off wrong already, buddy.
allow your discretion for me to.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Thank you.
As long as it's respectful.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Here.
They always find their manners at the worst time. What happened to all of this before, bro? This is what a hell of a time to come to a realization. Let's go.
We are being sentenced for the murder of Charles Jones on the day he was killed 2 years later. Now, some may say this is just a coincidence, but I believe that nothing has been, is, or ever will be left up to chance, and that everything
Isaiah Chance?
in this world is predestined, and there are many biblical promises of that belief holding true. Jeremiah 1:5 says, "Before you were formed in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart." Jeremiah 29:11 says, "I know the plans I have for you, plans for good and not for disaster." And Romans 8:28 says, "We know all things work together for good to those who love God and are called to his purpose." And there are many more just like them. God has full sovereignty over our lives. He chooses our times of peace and prosperity, our times of joy and laughter. But he also chooses our traumas and our tribulations, not to punish and tear us apart, but to strengthen our character and our faith. Everyone wonders how and why I ended up in a situation like this, despite growing up with a loving family, nice home, multiple opportunities, and promising potential. Some act as if it is impossible or unheard of for someone like me to find themselves in a situation like this. But in reality, it is much more common than we think, and has been happening long before today. There is a parable Jesus shared with the world called the prodigal son, a son who had the nice home, loving family, servants. He had his every need catered to. Yet he still chose to take his inheritance and venture off to a far country where he indulged in prodigal living. He soon ran out of money, and a famine had struck the land he was in. And while that would have been enough signs for most to turn back, his eyes still hadn't opened, and he still hadn't come to his senses.
What up with it, bro?
Hungry and desperate, he found a job on a farm feeding pigs. And during these times, pigs and what they were fed were deemed as the filthiest, most impure, lowest of the low, and worst of the worst. But he was so hungry and so blind that the food he fed the pigs looked appetizing. That's when he finally came to his senses. He realized that even the servants back home had enough food to spare, yet here he is dying of hunger amongst pigs.
Tinfoil hat moment. This is where the judge gave him some favoritism for his fair skin and his familiar grandmother. And you'll see what I'm talking about at the end when everybody gets their sentence. Travesty. I'll point out the favoritism that was shown. Slight, but still some, because of the so-called, quote unquote, fair skin of this young man and the familiarity of his grandmother, as opposed to everybody else. Let's continue.
After this eye-opening experience, he decided to return home. He was ashamed and planned to go to his father to ask for forgiveness and to become one of his servants because he no longer felt worthy to be called his son. But when he returned, his father embraced him with love and compassion, dressed him in the finest clothes and jewels, and celebrated his son's return with a feast, exclaiming, "This son of mine was dead and has come back to life. He was lost and is now found." It is not uncommon for good young men who come from good families to get lost in this world. But discontentment often leads these good young men astray. When scholars and historians look back on our times, I believe they will label us as the age of discontentment. And those of us who come from privileged upbringings are actually disadvantaged to the fight against it. Because of the high expectations, many opportunities and options we grow up with, we don't know what struggle looks like, or how hard our parents had to work to provide these opportunities for us. We don't know what we have until it's gone.
What he's doing is saying that my life was so good that I turned out bad. It's a new phenomenon. Life is so good for me that I do bad things because I don't understand consequences. I've never had boundaries. People expect so much out of me. Oh my gosh. They don't think I'm a loser. They don't look at me and say I'm not going to be anything in life. They don't look at me and expect the worst. They look at me and say, "Hey kid, you have a chance. You're smart." And you know what that made me do? Go commit a homicide. No, buddy, it don't work like that.
And it often happens after we go through our own eye-opening experience. Never in history has there been a time like now where there's so much available and so easy to consume, but we still demand more. And it is clearly seen in my generation. Young men and women want to grow up faster to try to keep up with the influencers that are idolized. And this is in part due to us being so susceptible. A study done by the National Institute of Mental Health provided evidence showing that the brain doesn't reach full maturity
Oh, now we're getting scientific.
until 26 to 27 years old for men, about 8 or 9 years older than my time during the offense. But society knows this, and that's why laws set age requirements on certain activities, amenities, and substances as a way to protect adolescent adults. Yet those same laws don't extend to an adolescent adult when they are charged with crimes and allows them to be prosecuted to the fullest extent, regardless of their age. Your Honor, it is heartbreaking that an 18-year-old can't rent a car or a hotel or buy a home, but can be sentenced to death or life in prison without the possibility of parole.
I think those are the consequences for taking a life. If you're 18 years old and you keep somebody from being able to go home, breathe, live, yeah, some of your rights get taken away at 18 years old, just 18 years old. Sorry to tell you, buddy.
They can't purchase alcohol or tobacco, but can be sentenced to death or life in prison without the possibility of parole. They can't work certain jobs or even go on a cruise without a chaperone, but can be sentenced to death without life, or life without prison, in prison without possibility of parole.
After they take a life.
And I'm a prime example of these circumstances. At 18 years old, with no prior convictions, I was charged, indicted, and had to face the death penalty.
But you killed somebody, nigga.
My point is, society views anyone under the age of 21 as not being mentally mature enough to participate or partake in these activities, amenities, and substances, because certain substances listed can negatively impact or stunt the growth of a developing brain, while other activities and amenities have restrictions due to the lack of impulse and behavioral control or lack of situational awareness at times with teens. It is very simple to understand that our brains have not developed enough, that we live in a society where someone under the age of 21 can be sentenced to death or life in prison without parole. We leave no room.
Didn't his grandma just get up here and run this same game? Oh, y'all was communicating back and forth on the phone. Y'all thought y'all had it down packed. This is what we're going to do to save him, baby. We're going to get you out of there.
For growth, rehabilitation, or redemption.
You didn't leave room for growth or rehabilitation or redemption for that man.
We don't account for the fact that they weren't a fully developed adult, and their judgment and decision-making abilities weren't developed either. I believe it is cruel for someone under the age of 21 to be sentenced to life without parole or death before they're even old enough to be fully emancipated or to fully comprehend what consequences their actions carry. I say all this because I want to see change. Change for those whose fates were sealed long before they were born. Change for the prodigal sons and daughters who ventured off too far in the world and got lost. Change for those who haven't reached full maturity or unlocked their full potential as adults. Change for the ones who never had the option to go around, over, or underneath, but straight through their obstacles.
They're going to go around, over, and underneath, and straight through your cheeks.
In spite of my current circumstances, I still trust in all those biblical promises. And I believe that I am exactly where God planned for me to be.
In prison? Hey, keep the guys, by the way. Merch link in the description.
It is also my belief that this chapter of my life will propel me to a much greater purpose than what we see here today, because my journey has just begun.
As a prison bae for Big Bubba, regardless of your religious beliefs, invoking scripture during a sentencing hearing is a powerful move, and people are going to have strong opinions about it. So again, I ask you guys, was Sean genuinely expressing remorse? I think it was a selfish attempt to gain sympathy, and he gained some points by referring to his co-defendants, though not directly, as pigs. We have Isaiah Chance, who had another powerful moment when he chose to focus heavily on what he viewed as inconsistencies in the case. Isaiah questioned how he and Alicia Andrews could face what he described as essentially the same charges, yet she ultimately received a manslaughter conviction while he was facing the death penalty and is now serving life.
So Judge Cisco, unlike the rest of my co-defendants here, they all are charged with being the alleged shooters and have the same verdicts. However, me, on the other hand, the one who was charged with me for playing the same alleged role as I, gets found not guilty for what I am charged with. Alicia's case didn't contradict the alleged shooters versus the state case. I don't even think it's possible it could have. However, it contradicts mine being the only.
Hold on. We got a super chat. Let's go. Super stepping. Okay. Nurse Lady T, shout out to you. Much appreciation, much respect, much gratitude for the $1.99. Super chat says like, share, and subscribe. Thank y'all in advance. Let's effing go.
Only principle here. Because both of our juries.
We about to get into the topics in the title, y'all. I'm just getting myself together, y'all. Hold on, let me get it together. Like Loaded Luck say, let's go.
Decisions contradict each other. The only nuance is I went to trial with 3 other people who have the same verdict as I, and she didn't. Alicia get found not guilty for my current charge. It wasn't a coincidence. Basically what I'm saying is Alicia and the state alleged that we played, that's getting into like the facts of like the case.
Well, that's okay. If I'm hearing you correctly, you are taking issue with the fact that I don't know if she's your current or former girlfriend, but she went to trial. She was convicted of a manslaughter and got 15 years, and now you're here facing life. And that I would assume that seems unjust to you. Is that correct?
That's highly unjust. I seen Susie Lopez on the news this morning, and she was saying that justice has been served. Absolutely, if you see it from that perspective. But everything that's a perspective is based off perception. So if you say that's justice, okay, but when you look at, if you put me and Alicia up on like side by side, that's unjust, like it's injustice, like it doesn't make sense, like it's contrary to my verdict. Like her jury made their decision, our jury made their decision, but it contradicts like both of our verdicts. The only difference is like I went to trial with my co-defendants and she went to trial by herself. So I feel like personally I got guilt more so by association than like participation. That's all I really wanted to say, Judge. Sorry, because this is way more harder than I
Does he have a point?
anticipated. But that's all I think.
Sure, sure. And you probably know when Miss Andrews went to trial, she basically pinned it all on you.
Absolutely, yeah, I know. You know, when as I sit with my lawyer, like he's he's probably shivering over there because he don't know what I'm gonna say out my mouth.
Right. He's very
Yeah,
concerned.
definitely. A lot of people don't know, but before you go to trial, you try to be optimistic.
This was a very pivotal, very climatic moment. I felt like this was the most genuine, most sincere that I've heard from anybody who took the stand as far as defense, or even spoke up, I should say. Sean Gathright took the stand and he also spoke here. But I feel like this was the most genuine. This came from the heart.
But everything is done strategically. So how the lawyers optimize what they're gonna say or what they're gonna do, they do it with the client. You know, I'm not saying what she's saying was wrong or not wrong, or what he wanted her to say, or what she said. You know, but that's all I'll do. I want to say something to like Jacksonville though too.
Here we go.
To my city, man. It ain't worth it, boy. Like, it ain't worth it. Like, me being a rapper from my city and Fulio being a rapper from our city, it ain't worth it. Like, my mouth getting dry, sorry. Like, the dissing, the beefing, the shooting, like, for what? Like, for what? Like, when you sitting in your cell alone, cold, it's lonely as hell in that bed. Everybody leave you. Like, nobody here for you. Like, the ones that's your ride or die, your girlfriends, whoever you love, the only person there for you is your mother. And maybe, like, one friend, maybe. But it ain't worth it, though, bro. It ain't worth it. I was 21 years old facing the death penalty. I never ever, my only interactions with law enforcement was traffic tickets. Wake up next morning, I'm facing the death penalty. That's how quick life can change. It ain't worth it, bro. That's all, though. And sorry if I was nervous. Sorry.
No, it's okay, Mr. Chance. And thank you for saying that.
Yes, ma'am.
Pretty touching moment, and sad to see that young man come to a realization like that right there. I was pretty tough on these guys in the beginning. I made a lot of jokes. I mean, they brought a lot of it on themselves. Some of the stuff was just us, trying to have fun in the midst of a bad situation. But I may actually feel some sympathy for this guy to an extent. Like, even though he does deserve to be punished for his crimes, hashtag keep the guys merch, link in the description. If there was anybody I had any sympathy for, and I want their, time in jail to go as smooth or be as, good as possible as it could and make the best of a bad situation, it would be him, because now he gets it. He understands. But hashtag keep the guys.
As I was saying, yeah, a little different from us. Yeah. To God be the glory all the time, and He'll forever have the last say so in our situation. As I said in my interrogation interview, I'll be judged for it, and I'll forever retain my innocence. And I just want to say to the Gen Z generation, change your life and do something productive with your life. Because in this predicament, it ain't worth it. And like it was said before, this is not my first rodeo down this road, so it's looking like forever. But I love to keep a positive mind state and a positive mindset. But
you can hear his voice cracking. It's settling in. His eyes are closed, and people think his smile, it could be a nervous smile, or he could just be crazy. But either way,
to God be the glory forever. And that's it.
Thank you, Ms. Murphy.
You tried, brother. You tried. I don't know if you tried because Isaiah said that. You said that's a good idea too, or if it really came from the heart. But brother, you have a sinister grin. It's kind of menacing. Maybe because it's knowing what you did. It could look innocent if we didn't know what you did, but now it's menacing. At least what you've been convicted of, bro. Keep the guy's shirts. Merch link in the description. Go ahead and get you one. Then the judge spoke and said something that was pretty questionable, but Devion definitely agreed with it, as you'll see here.
I really don't know what to say about what's going on in Jacksonville again, and I don't know if it's getting better or not, but I was stunned. And when I was sitting there listening to the evidence and just the trail of dead bodies, just one young man after the next, just cut down in the prime of their lives. I mean, it's shocking. It is shocking. And I just can't believe that any community, if they're made aware of it, will stand by and put up with that. I mean, it's just tragic. And, you know, Mr. Jones did not deserve to die for what he did or what he drilled, the drill rap videos he made.
She said, or what he drilled.
But goodness gracious, going and desecrating the gravesite of a murdered relative is, you don't deserve to be killed for that, but you just increased your odds that it was going to happen. And that's the truth. That is the truth. So
Lawyer had to tap him to stop. Don't do that, brother.
I'm not at all against
Relax.
stating that he deserved. That is the truth. So I'm not at all against stating
That was a crazy statement by the judge to. Oh, let's just go back. Stop. Don't.
but you just increased your odds that it was going to happen, and that's the truth. You don't deserve to be killed for that, but you just increased your odds that it was going to happen, and that's the truth.
Saying that means, for her to say that, in my opinion, means to some extent, in her heart, she understands retaliation. She understands revenge. Shouldn't she be above that? As a facilitator of the law, shouldn't that be? I mean, even if you do feel that way, she is a human, right? But damn, are you supposed to express that like that? Oh yeah, he definitely made his chances shorter. But anyway, what you did was against the law too. I don't know. It was crazy to me. It was just crazy to me.
That is the truth. So
Lawyer had to tap him to stop. Don't do it. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and let's go ahead and get to the topics, man, because y'all know the outcome of the case. Everybody was found. Wait.
but
Cameraman tried to get there fast. It was over, but
a 20-year minimum mandatory sentence. It's just shocking. It's shocking to me.
then she handed out the sentences.
Chance, I'm going to start first. I'm going to adjudicate you guilty. Count 1, sentence you to mandatory life without the possibility of parole. Count 2, I will adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to life to run concurrent with count 1. Mr. Gathright.
Pay attention.
On count 1, I will adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to life without the possibility of parole. You also have a 20-year minimum mandatory sentence. On count 2, the conspiracy, I will sentence you to 30 years in prison to run concurrent. Count 3, attempted murder in the second degree, I will sentence you to 30 years Florida State Prison with a 20-year minimum mandatory sentence, again to run concurrent with all other counts. On count 4, attempted murder in the second degree, adjudicate you guilty and sentence you to 30 years prison with a 20-year minimum mandatory sentence, again to run concurrent with all other counts. Count 5, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 30 years Florida State Prison with a 20-year minimum mandatory sentence, again to run concurrent with all other counts. And on count 6, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 5 years Florida State Prison, again to run concurrent. And again, for you and Mr. Chance, give me credit for all time served. Murphy, I will adjudicate you guilty of first-degree premeditated murder, sentence you to life in prison without the possibility of parole, and you will have a 20-year minimum mandatory sentence as part of the life sentence. Count 2, on the conspiracy, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to life to run concurrent. On the attempted murders, counts 3, 4, and 5, I will adjudicate you guilty of each of those, sentence you to life in prison with a 20-year minimum mandatory sentence on each, again to run concurrent with all of the other counts, and again giving you credit for all time served. And finally, Mr. Rashad Murphy, I will adjudicate you guilty of murder in the first degree, sentence you to life in prison without the possibility of parole, and you will also receive a 20-year minimum mandatory sentence. On count 2, conspiracy, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to life in prison to run concurrent with count 1. On counts 3, 4, and 5, I will adjudicate you guilty on each of those, sentence you to life in prison. Each of those carries a 20-year minimum mandatory, again, to run concurrent with all other counts, and giving you credit for all time served. All right, anything further?
Got life without the possibility.
Anything further?
I've been speculating. Now tell me if I'm wrong. Everybody else got life without the possibility of parole or whatever for all of their other charges. Gathright gets life without the possibility on one charge, and everything else he gets 30 on. So if he was to appeal that one charge, the life without possibility, and win, the other ones that he has to serve 30 for, he can serve 20 and possibly get out, as to where everyone else has to appeal not only the life without parole for the initial charge, every other charge as well, which is harder. Or does them running concurrent mean the same thing for everybody? Once again, I said I had on my tinfoil hat. And like my bro says, I reserve the right to be wrong. Not that I would set you out on purpose, but there's only room for human error. And I can admit that I don't know everything. So I posed the question to the chat. Did Judge Cisco throw Sean Gathright a bone by only giving him 30 on the other charges? Or is he in the same exact situation, the same hot water, the same frying pan as the other 3 who has life with no chance of parole on every charge that they were given? Let's get the likes up. We need to show some love to the chat. Let's get the likes up so I can show some love. What we doing? We 30 minutes in. We only got 11 likes. We should be at least 15, 20 at least. Let's go, guys. Get the likes up, please. Nurse Lady T says when it runs concurrent, it's life regardless unless appeal goes through, right? Hold on, Nurse Lady T. My question, what I'm asking though, okay, Little Man also says concurrent, all charges are running together. Gio says is the shooter. I highly doubt he gets out at all. Mentally Me says it's so sad. Oh my gosh, my screen just, that's because inactivity. There it goes. It's so sad that so many youth are losing their lives like this. Breaks my heart to see this happen. Tavon from Baltimore says Sean Gathright is coming home. He should be the only one with a chance to come home. That's a little crazy. That's what I'm asking. Did the judge give Sean Gathright a better chance at going home than everyone else by giving him 30 years to run concurrent with the life sentence that everyone else has on all of their charges? Keep in mind, his lesser charges, he had life sentence without the chance of parole one time. So he only has to appeal one life sentence. If he gets that overturned, he then only has to do 20 on the 30 years in jail that he has on the other sentences, whether he appeals them or not, right? He then only has to do 20 years and he can possibly get out, where everybody else has to fight. If you fight one life sentence and appeal it and beat it, does that appeal every other charge, or do you have to fight them separately? I know I'm saying a lot. It might be a little convoluted. I hope I'm getting the question out clearly. Let me play this part one more time. I thought we were past this, man. I'm trying to get on to the other topics, but I do need this question answered clearly. Let's run it back, guys.
Count 1, sentence you to mandatory life without the possibility of parole. Count 2, I will adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to life.
Herbert Consecutive is when they run them one behind the other. I know they run together. Hold on. Wait. Did she say consecutive or concurrent? She said concurrent. Tavon from Baltimore said yes, because he's the only one to show remorse. No, Tavon. No. 1 second, bro. See, we might be here on this topic just a tad bit longer, because the only one to, as a matter of fact, none of them showed remorse. The closest thing to remorse that was shown was the sincerity from Isaiah Chance saying how none of this was worth it. Sean didn't show remorse. Sean pleaded for remorse by comparing himself to the prodigal son and trying to make it. Sean really centered himself. Sean centered himself. Sean made it about Sean Gathright. He didn't show remorse. It was fake. I'll play it back.
Guilty. Count 1, sentence you to mandatory life without the possibility of parole.
And then his count 2 is going to be life without possibility of parole. Listen to everything after Sean's first charge and listen to everybody else's. Everybody else got life without parole on every charge. Sean gets life without parole on 1 and then 30 on the rest. Am I missing something here? Am I looking too deep into it? Are all of them in the same hot water is what I'm asking.
Sentence you to mandatory life without the possibility of parole. Count 2, I will adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to life to run concurrent with count 1. Mr. Gathright.
Pay attention.
On count 1, I will adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to life without the possibility of parole. You also have a 20-year minimum mandatory sentence. On count 2, the conspiracy, I will sentence you to 30 years in prison to run concurrent.
Why he get 30 for the conspiracy, Isaiah get life for the conspiracy?
Count 3, attempted murder in the second degree, I will sentence you to 30 years Florida State Prison with a 20-year minimum mandatory sentence.
Another 30.
Again, to run concurrent with all other counts. On count 4, attempted murder in the second degree, adjudicate you guilty and sentence you to 30 years prison with a
Another 30.
20-year minimum mandatory sentence, again to run concurrent with all other counts. Count 5, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 30 years Florida State Prison with a 20-year minimum mandatory sentence, again to run concurrent with all other counts. And on count 6, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 5 years Florida State Prison, again to run concurrent.
And a 5-piece.
And again, for you and Mr. Chance, giving you credit for all time served.
Why didn't he get life on all the other counts? I'm just asking.
As to Davion Murphy,
I'm not a pro, and I reserve the right to be wrong. I don't know how to pose the question to look it up on who got experience. Somebody help me, motherfucker. Y'all, we look up stuff together every day. I'll go right on Google right here in front of you guys or whatever other reference website and right in front of you guys to further educate myself and other people who may not be in the know. I didn't know how to formulate this question, so I posed it to the chat. I need some clarity. Please help.
Mr. Davion Murphy, I will adjudicate you guilty of first-degree premeditated murder, sentence you to life in prison without the possibility of parole, and you will have a 20-year minimum mandatory sentence as part of the life sentence.
Now, as far
count
as
two on the conspiracy, adjudicate you guilty, sentence.
What does that mean? 20-year minimum mandatory, but you don't have no parole. I don't understand. Stay out of trouble and you don't have to figure this shit out. Am I an angel? No. Have I been in trouble to this capacity where I understand what goes on? No, I don't know this shit.
Sentence you to life to run concurrent. On the attempted murders, counts 3, 4, and 5, I will adjudicate you guilty of each of those, sentence you to life in prison with a 20-year minimum mandatory sentence on each, again to run concurrent with all of the other counts, and again giving you credit for all time served. And finally, Mr. Rashad Murphy, I will adjudicate you guilty of murder in the first degree, sentence you to life in prison without the possibility of parole, and you will also receive a 20-year minimum mandatory sentence. On count 2, conspiracy, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to life in prison to run concurrent with count 1. On counts 3, 4, and 5, I will adjudicate you guilty on each of those, sentence you to life in prison. Each of those carries a 20-year minimum mandatory, again, to run concurrent with all other counts, and giving you credit for all time served.
All right, I'm going to get to the chat. I see you guys responding. There may be some clarity in there for me. Facts. Bill says can't do the time, don't do the crime. Simple. Facts. Mara Davis, if you don't do crime. Oh, it's don't do crime if you can't do time. Oh, Mel says he doesn't have any gang enhancements. Oh, okay. No gang enhancements. I got you. That could have something to do with it. Let's call out the top 10. Number one. We got Nurse Lady T. Number 2, we got King JH. Number 3, we got Mentally Me. Number 4, we got Miss Italy D. Number 5, we got Cynthia Winchester. Number 6, we got James Webster. Number 7, we got Slim Jones McEasy. Number 8, we got XO Males OX. Number 9, we got Mike from the Ville. And number 10, we got Gio Roman. Let's go. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. We also have Nurse Lady T with the $1.99 super chat. Says like, share, and subscribe. You guys make sure y'all do that. Like, share, and subscribe. Follow the directions. Let's run them likes up. Please, we need 4 more likes to get to 25, guys. What are you waiting on? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Don't be aggravating, man. Let's go. As a matter of fact, be aggravating as possible. And let's aggravate the algorithm. Mike from the Ville showing love in the chat says, gotta be an idiot to come in here mentioning race. We ain't on that here. Yeah, you'll get boomed. You'll get boomed. Foxy GD says it's about the character, not the damn skin color. Stupid. Facts. Mel says, if the show made you laugh, taught you something, or aggravated you a little, send a super chat and support the stream. That's a fact. Let's go. Miss Italy D says because they had absolutely nothing to do with this case. Fact. Okay, that had. Gio Roman says we will fly to Haiti. Miss Mara Davis says it has to be gang related if it's 20 to life. James Webster, she's in Jamaica right now. Oh, okay. We booming them. No need. No need. Bun them. Box your bum by me, burn them. Okay, let me show some love. Hold on, this is far up as it will let me go. So King JH send a flow stay for 200 Jews. Appreciate you, King JH. Miss Italy D says, fight them separately. Little man says it's hard. It's a hard world today. The youth need to be taught and treated with emotional stability. This is all bad for everyone's future. Facts. D1 says double tap the screen and like the live. Thank you, D1. Much love. Tavon from Baltimore say yes because he's the only one that showed remorse. Okay, we talked about that. Gio Roman says he got to pray more to his God. Hopefully he listens. Slim Jones says concurrent runs together. James Webster says I didn't go to the funeral though thought his ops would shoot it up. Oh, I seen James Webster saying he's the cousin of Fulio. If that's true, man, my condolences to you. I send my condolences to the family, man, and salute to y'all. Mike from the Ville says remorse only because he got caught, fam. Nurse Lady T said right, if he can give life back, he would have a chance. You're right. And yes, 20 mandatory. However, the new law that passes might get him for new Florida statues. Soul Talk The Elevated says lock them under the prison. Mike from the Ville says I don't blame you, bro. Miss Italy D says I know in Chicago and Columbus, Cleveland, Ohio, that's how it goes. Isaiah should have gotten a lesser sentence. I'm just saying. I feel kind of sort of if Alicia got a lesser sentence, she was smart to separate her case. She was smart to go to a speedy trial. She was smart to do everything that she did. Isaiah had a point. I feel like he was correct in some of the points he brought up, but you're sitting there with the co-defendants. Alicia's all alone. What you think she's going to do? Take the rap? What did you think Alicia was going to do? I'm talking about Isaiah. Take the rap? No, fool. You out of there. You got to know that. But does he have a point? I should have put this poll up earlier. Let me do it. I'll do it real quick anyway. Let's see. All right. Excuse me. Still sorry, guys. I don't know how. I don't know why. I don't know how we didn't put this poll up earlier. I'm tripping. Let me make sure I keep showing some love to the chat, though, the most aggravating chat in the game. Come on, we need 25 more likes, guys. Let's aggravate the algorithm. Run the likes up. Let's go. I see y'all coming in and out. Drop where y'all watching from. Let me shout out y'all city. Shout out y'all area code or your city by name. Let me show some love. Shout out to everybody. Let me get back off in this chat and continue to show love there as well, man. The most aggravating chat in the game. Mel says, hello, everybody. Sir Chief Keef says, I don't know what Davion is doing right now, but I'm going to eat some yogurt with fresh strawberries. You know what, brother? Sir Chief Keef, I respect that. What you're doing is enjoying your freedom. These are free people activities. You know how they say all that? Remember them past few summers, they were saying a bunch of bullshit. Hot girls up, city boys up, city girls up. Free people up this summer. Yeah, the free people is up this summer. I'm on you on your hot girl ish or your city boy ish. I'm on my free person ish. I'm on my enjoying freedom ish. I'm on that. That's what I'm on. Thank you. Thank you for my freedom. Please enjoy. Let's take a second to breathe in some of this free air. Taste that unincarcerated air. Taste that unchained, unshackled, unincarcerated air, man. Let me inhale some more of this upstanding civilian air real quick, and then we're going to show some more love to the chat. Let me get one more whiff of this upstanding citizen. RP, what Shawty Low say? It feels good to be here. It feels good to be here. Free. Free. That's what they're singing right now. I just want free. 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 I just want to be. Shit, I am. Thank you, God. Let's show some love to the chat, man. Mel says Cash App support is always appreciated. $sign the Rumonati Network keeps the tent standing and keeps the lights on. Let's go. James Webb says that I think Alicia and her lawyer got something going on. Oh, allegations, man. I'm not in it. My name is Bennett. I am not in it. Mara Davis says, did she get off from the charges? I missed the first half. No, nobody got off. Everybody was charged. James Webster said, nurse lady, she changed her number. Nobody can reach her. She's still grieving. Foxy GD says he's speaking truth. She ain't taking that. Nurse lady T said, did she have a PD or a hired lawyer? Sir Chief Keith said he has a point. Miss Italy D said she definitely had a better lawyer. Oh man. Jeremy, shout out to Jeremy, man. He's getting his props. Sir Chief Key said, Alicia Snake. Geo says, that's the light skin treatment. Lester says, hi, James. She back in Jack's. Nurse lady says, James says, thanks, bro. Appreciate it. In this day, sent gold coin for 10 Jews. Appreciate you in this day. Geo Roman says, okay, we'll fly to Jamaica to let her know the Rumonati Network wants to talk. Thanks, bro. Let's go. We on a flight, man. James Webster. Okay, oh, shit. What's up, Dr. Mantis Toboggan? Excuse me. What's up, Real Bulldog? What's up, AV? What's up, In This Day In? What's up, James Webster? Nurse Lady T? Mara Davis? Miss Italy D? Gio Roman, Slim Jones, XO Males, Mike from the Ville, Real Jackson. Real Jackson says, I'm going to have mac and cheese with a sausage later on for dinner, man. Listen, we're going to have what we choose for dinner because we breathe the air of the unincarcerated. So we're going to have whatever we choose. You might change your mind on what you're going to eat tonight. You can do that. You might stay out later than you planned. You can do that. You might want to turn all the lights off in your house at 7 p.m. You can do that. You may want to go in your bathroom and flush your toilet 26 times in a row and you didn't even use the bathroom. You can do that. I'm thankful. All right, let's get off into some of these topics, man. Let's get off into some of the topics. Slim Jones says he having a few cold ones today. Foxy GD says, I'm eating ribs and greens and cornbread and baked beans. That sounds like a meal. That's a full meal. Damn. Mike from the Ville says, if you smell what the freedom is cooking. What? School said, I'm about to go turn the shower on for no reason, just for the hell of it. You know why? I'm about to turn the shower on and just look around and be thankful that it ain't no other nigga about to go get in the shower. No other third leg swinging. No other male. No other, I don't give a damn. No other man is about to go and try to jump in that shower before me or tell me to hurry up or ask me to hurry up or I don't have to worry about fighting or somebody trying to peep the pecker or whatever that, or they trying to wood watch. I don't got to worry about pecker peepers and wood watchers. You know what I'm saying? I don't got to, come on, man. I ain't got to worry about gun gazers. You feel me? Trying to gaze at the gun real quick. No, bruh. Free. They just wanna be What? Anyway, we gonna move on, man. We gonna move on, y'all. Super duper salute to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. Keep running them likes up, please. Let's try to get to 50 before we get up out of here, man. We have some other topics that we need to go ahead and get into, man. All right. Hashitashi. Real quick, let's go here. Remember yesterday we talked about T.I. saying that verses was poor people's activity. Well, I guess he clarified what he meant by that. We just gonna touch and go. We don't have to stay there long at all. But just for a quick refresher, this was what T.I. Hold on. That's not it. Here we go. All right. Versus is broke people activity.
I don't want to indulge in that side of life no more. I ain't even interested, bro. Like, ain't no money over there in that shit, bro. That shit poor people activity.
Oh, hell no. T.I.,
I'm
man.
45, bro. I'm 45. What the fuck I'm doing? Going back and forth with a nigga, man. Like, for what, bro? Like, why?
To celebrate music.
To celebrate music. I could do that talking about me.
Stomach begging for some food.
Why the fuck I gotta be telling nah?
To celebrate each other's music.
Alright, cool. If I find somebody that
And there might be some money in it.
well, then we could talk.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I'm glad the verses that you had announced at the time did not happen. Because I'm a Jeezy fan, and I have to be honest, it might have got a little dark that night.
Nah, man, me and Young got real, like, we partners, man.
I understand that. I'm just talking about record for record.
For what?
It
No, he don't mean like
No,
he's mean that way. He mean
I'm talking music. I'm just talking about just music. No, just
I think
music.
we both would. I think it would have been a celebratory.
Been classy, it'd been.
Both of us would have had got our shit off. I don't think it would have been no. To me, in verses, I don't think there are no winners and losers. Everybody celebrates the catalog. Everybody get a spike.
No. It's winners and losers.
It's been a couple losers.
We went into yesterday how much of it was competition for him until this conversation. I think we went into that enough yesterday, but today it's just him clearing up or addressing what he meant by broke people activities. We're going to finish the rest of this clip. We'll go to the next one, come back, get some commentary, and move on to the next topic that's in the titles. Y'all know what we talking about. Let's go.
You get a motherfucking spice. You can't watch him without watching me.
I don't think the losers come from. I don't think the losers
you can't hear his songs without hearing, man.
The losers don't come from the music that's played. They come from the performance.
Yes.
That's typically where the loser come from.
That's a fact.
So who can actually
Not always.
Not always.
Not always.
Not always. Like that Dipset joint. That's winners and losers.
Shit, even the Keith Sweat, Bobby Brown shit. Now, don't get me wrong. Keith Sweat got a catalog.
My nigga.
But if we had a Bobby Brown of a certain era that was a performer to what he was to, it'll look different.
Joe.
Keith Sweat into that nigga. Yeah, that was music.
Ja Rule and Fat Joe was music.
What'd you say?
Yeah, I'm talking about the Keith Sweat Bobby Brown versus when Keith Sweat taught him a lesson.
You know who usually wins? The underdog. If you think about it, everybody go in thinking that it's gonna go one way, and it usually goes.
But and then I saw Timbaland. I saw Timbaland comment like, "Huh?" with a question mark. So and then it was like supposed to be a verses, and then someone pulled out and whatever. So I thought I was confused when I saw that too. But and then I saw Timbaland. I saw Timbaland comment like, "Huh?" with a question mark. So T.I. posted a video clearing up his statements. Let's take a listen.
First of all, I would drink it. My points weren't made clear as I thought that they were. I was speaking on my experience in participating or considering the participation in verses. And I'm like, nah, I don't want to engage in that because my experience has been just going back and forth bickering with people for the public's entertainment, and that's not something that I want to engage in. That is what I refer to as poor people activity, not the verses within itself. I just got off the phone with Swiss and I talked to Timbaland earlier. Hey, listen, man, I've never did nothing but look up to Tim and Swiss. I have the utmost respect for them and everything that they've accomplished and everything they've contributed to the culture. Bro, and don't get me wrong, I've gone on record saying can't nobody with me, and I stand on that. I also understand engaging in a battle of ego, going back and forth bickering with other men. When I say it's poor people activity, I'm saying it's activity that I don't want to waste my time, effort, and energy doing.
I definitely want to see T.I. in the verses because the thing I love about verses makes people it reintroduces people's catalogs to folks who may have forgot. Okay,
yeah, and I can't take away. I mean, versus was something that I would say saved a lot of us during COVID. Like when there was nothing to do,
money in people's pockets
forward
too.
to it. It put money in people's pocket. It gave us moments that I think that people really forget now. But you think about the Locks and Dipset. You think about Jeezy and Gucci Mane. You think about some of the big ones that we
But he respects verses. He said it. He was drinking.
Yeah,
he was drinking and he spoke.
He clarified and he said that he spoke to Swizz Beatz and Timbaland, which I think is most important.
And I still would love to see T.I. on the verses.
I would love to see T.I. on the verses, and y'all can say what y'all want. Ain't too many people holding up a 20 to tweet the T.I. I'm telling you that right now. Okay, and that's the beautiful thing about verses. It reminds people of how deep folks' catalog can go. Yeah, T.I. got one of the deepest catalogs out there.
And there's a new verses coming up, right?
B2K, Pretty Ricky.
Oh, I know that's right. B2K is clean.
It's going down during the BT weekend
what we talking
or
about?
BT week.
Is that a big one? I mean,
that's a big one.
Yeah, I was confused on the question mark.
My points weren't made clear as I thought that they were. I was speaking on my experience in participating or considering the participation in verses. And I'm like, I don't want to engage in that because my experience has been just going back and forth bickering with people for the public's entertainment. And that's not something that I want to engage in.
To T.I.'s point, this is just my opinion on one man on the internet with a mask on, right? But to T.I.'s point, if your experience in dealing with verses was bickering and negative, excuse me, it has to go. We're not going to do the whole rehash from yesterday. That means we would have to go and watch all the videos from yesterday. But a quick rundown. I would have to say it was because of your approach. Now, initially, you said you and 50 had an understanding, and 50 backed out on what the understanding was. They had a talk in L.A. about doing the verses. T.I. said he was gonna since they agreed on it, T.I. said I'll jump out there first. 50 pretended like he didn't know they had the conversation prior and was like, what is he even talking about? This is a dog howling at the moon, basically. Same thing he said about Shorty Low. He was like, I'm out of your league. What is this guy talking about? Why is he taking shots at me? Small fry, I'm big dog. Right? He used it. He played T.I. according to what T.I. said. So, but T.I.'s approach to 50 wasn't. It was cordial, it was fun, but it was also competitive, and you also brought up things that could in my opinion, make a sensitive person. Or just anybody, you don't even have to be sensitive. It's like, why are you bringing up my competition with someone else? When I said I was going to, because T.I. brought up the Kanye West thing. Oh yeah, you already lost to Kanye. Oh, you already. It was like you were taking shots in the midst of it. And 50's a Cancer. I know people always use the horoscopes and, it's because of this. They say it's because it's a Cancer. I think it's because 50's just an asshole. 50 could be sensitive. Isn't that what that is when you say, this person takes things to heart and he never forgets? Ain't that kind of sensitive? I don't know. I'm just asking. But anyway, so your experience may be back and forth bickering. That led to this situation with you and your family having a whole diss record back and forth. Well, one-sided diss record back and forth with 50 Cent. Nigga, everybody got involved. We spoke on it yesterday. Your sons, the daughters, the grandkids, the dog, the janitor, the goldfish, the driver, and the damn interpreter, nigga. Everybody was involved in this beef, and everybody had a diss song aimed at 50 Cent. And it got messy because you didn't just say, hey, 50, what's up, song for song. You took shots at him in your approach. Busta Rhymes said something to you. You ain't say nothing to him at all. Busta Rhymes talked strictly about music. So, the bitter taste in your mouth is one that you caused, nigga. It's because you bit a lemon. That sour taste, nigga, you bit into a lemon. What do you expect? You set the plate for that. Then you made it any nigga in New York, Atlanta versus New York. That's what we doing. Like, it was kind of, you did a lot. You kind of did a lot in your approach. In my opinion, I'm just one man on the internet with a mask on. Take it for what it's worth. Matter of fact, don't take it at all. Just my opinion. Let me see what the chat got to say about this, man. Let me see what the chat got to say about this. Oh, hold on. Let me end that last poll and get this one ready for the next topic. Miss Italy D says, I'm a Cancer and I'm sensitive, but dangerous. Oh, shit. See, I don't know, man. I don't know. Listen, I read a horoscope from any month or any, I don't even, but I could read, I feel like anytime I read one, some of that is, I'm like, yeah, some of that is me. Yeah, some of that is me. Some of that is me. So I can't just, because I'm a Taurus or I'm a Leo or I'm a Pisces or I'm a Capricorn or I'm a Gemini or I'm a, what's the other ones? All the other, I'm this, I'm that. That don't mean, I don't know. Anyway. Mel says, sound off, Ruminati family. What city are you watching from today? I guess they don't know. Prearranged entertainment, Miss Italy D says, Nurse Lady T with the emojis. Let's go. Mike for the Ville says, hit this channel's main page. Above the sub button are the links to the socials and the Discord. Download the app before clicking the link. We are a growing community. Come and join the Ruminati Network, man. Come up on the Discord for a chance to give your opinion live. Make sure you download the app, guys. Miss Italy D said, Keith will forever make it last forever and ever. My favorite shit when that boy walk in the door, it sound like he kicked the door in or he come through the wall like the Kool-Aid man and say, girl, I've been thinking about you all day long. That nigga sound like he just kicked it, like that nigga just came out of nowhere. Girl, like, did you just come through the wall, nigga? What the girl? Hold on, man. Baby, get back. Who girl you talking to? You singing to all of them? Cause mine in here too, nigga. Walk up on the girl you talking and stop coming through the wall. Girl, I've been thinking, who the fuck is this nigga? Get him out of here, man. Nurse Lady T said tip at versus. He gonna do it. I would like him to. I would watch a versus, bro. Exo Mail says if everybody in the tent sent just $1, the host might stop aggravating us for a whole 5 minutes. $1, $2 sign Ruminati Cash App. $sign the Ruminati Network on Cash App. Did I just mute my own self while I was talking? What the hell? $sign the Ruminati Network on Cash App. What the fuck? How did I mute my? I'm like, I would network. What the hell? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I did it again. Let the beat drop. Where y'all watching from, man? Where are y'all watching from? Mike from the Ville said, Jeezy definitely clearing tip in the verses. Miss Italy said, Keith got that one. Yeah. If you're viewing right now, all we ask is that you simply double tap the screen and show your appreciation to the stream, please. Thank you. Let's go. Miss Italy D says, record for record, Jeezy got it hands down. Everybody feel like Jeezy will beat Tip? I do too. I can't even go against it. I do too. I can't even go against it. I can't go against it. I feel the exact same way. Oh, we got Amsterdam. Oh my God. I'm Barry Gordy to the streets. With a kilo said that boy that been a beast. I want to be there when each one of my kids born. Raw blood, 100 acres used to live on. Real nigga to the day that I'm deceased. Even then I pray I'm living through these beats. My bad. Blowing Instagram green where it falls like a leaf. Born in the bricks with the short end of the stick. Always running late, quick to show up with your bitch. The hue blows cool, but my Terminator foolish. All stainless steels, quick to match it with my toolie. Red carpet event, the marijuana be lit. Red or blue, do you as long as you getting rich. Crack game, champagne, kilos on the stock exchange. Rolls Royce, new ghost, that's a nigga pocket change. These niggas acting like they won a war. When it come to whacking niggas, I don't want awards. Nigga, you a bitch with your Honda Accord. I'm riding in some shit only I can afford. All right, I'm done. It's Amsterdam State of Mind. I just gave you a tour. That's the song. It's Amsterdam. Shout out to, hey, man. He was talking about the place. The song instantly just, my bad, y'all. DJ G Money Gary says, what is T.I. talking about trying to make anybody, afraid of him talking about he would die for this? Ain't nobody taking you serious, T.I. Miss Italy says, great being here. I got to go clean my house. I tried listening and cleaning, but I keep getting distracted. See y'all soon. Miss Italy D, salute, 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 super duper salute. Go ahead and clean that house. Got to get it right. Clean up, everybody do their share. Clean up, everybody. Something like that. Okay, rumor mixtape coming soon. I don't know. That was Rick Ross. Can I rap somebody else shit on my mixtape? Can I? Foxy GD says, hey, XO Mail says the replay gang will see the comments later. So drop your hottest take in the chat right now. Don't test me, dawg. I can only be as cool as you let me, dawg. You better leave me alone, nigga. Let me ball. What he said, song. I let loose and shit can get messy, dawg. This tech hit your bulletproof vest and all, but any time, any place, and if I'm in the way, something back down. That's T.I. That's right, we don't play. Something, what he said, break. I got a beard with an ad bigger Beyonce. You pussy niggas in some neon shade. So what the fuck I care about what a peon say? DJ G Money says, I don't really believe nothing T.I. say. He tried to get that smoke from 50 Cent and Lil Wayne, but he up the person and really want the smoke. Yeah, he ain't want no smoke with Busta. We went through that yesterday, though. That's why I'm not going back through it. We went through that yesterday, how he was antagonizing 50 Cent and saying, but then coming back on Joe Budden podcast and saying, oh, it's not about competition. I think it's a celebratory thing. Nigga, you was talking shit, cash shit to 50 Cent, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. What up with y'all? What's the UFO topic, sir? Sir Keith. I said Sir Chief Keith. I say that shit separate. I say it back. I'm going to say it backwards every time, bro. I'm going to fuck it up. My bad, bro. I ain't doing it on purpose. Now, you see, I keep saying, you did that on purpose. You did that to fuck up people like me who going to call the names out. Robert Stevens, what up? Nurse Lady T says, clean up, everybody do their shit. Facts, let's clean up the tent. Is that Tham Sanka? Mpanza, I hope I said that name right. Shout out to you. Hey, hold on, though. Let's go ahead and get on to the next topic. Let me know what you're talking about, Sir Keith, on them UFO shits, man. See what we talking about. Slim Jones, who? Slim Jones. He said, why would he want smoke with Busta? Busta could possibly win. Oh, T.I. want an easy fight? That's what you saying, Slim? He's saying T.I. want an easy fight, bro. Hold on. Who? I got a lot of money. We moved out the ghetto, now they say I'm acting funny. One day I'm on swingers, next day don't stop us. I might hit the mall and just bow till I fall. I might sit Louis Mo at a Cristal. I am Mike Jones that can make cash with it without the microphone. I post up on the cut, show off Princess Cut, Candy Red Butter, Gus the boy needs slimy sluts, cause I can't get caught. I'm trying to overstuff cash flow in my vault. Gotta crawl for I walk, gotta grind for I shine. When I hit the scene, fans know I'm put it down, cause I'm the one and only. Can't nobody clone me. Long as I got cash, Mike Jones never lonely. My album. Who is Mike Jones coming soon? My album. Who is Mike Jones coming soon? All right, Chanel West Coast. We're gonna move on to the next topic. Let me make a poll real quick. Hit the floor, hit the pole, hit the floor. Here we is, boy. Here we is, boy. Hit the floor. Hold on. Okay, now. Hold on, guys. Let me make a poll real quick. Let me see. Let's see. Chanel West Coast. Was DJ Head and Gina Views wrong? Now, I can't find the actual post, but Chanel West Coast said something to upset Gina Views and DJ Head. DJ Head had a more civil approach. Gina Views was with the shits. Okay? As a matter of fact, let's not do that. Let's just go here. In case you guys don't know who Chanel West Coast is, right? You guys remember Ridiculousness and Fantasy Factory, or the Rob Dyrdek MTV shows and stuff like that? Yeah, no? All right. Well, she had gotten into it with Charlemagne the God some time ago. As a matter of fact, I think we should start here because they have the information, and then we'll do a little bit of backtracking, and then I'll pose my question.
You posted Chanel West Coast on your Instagram account, on the actual feed, not the story. You posted a full clip of Chanel West Coast. What is your discourse with Chanel West Coast, Coast Guard?
I'm not a fan of Chanel, but that's no secret. Like, I'm not a fan of her music and whatnot. But
Can I be honest with you?
Well,
I was kind of jealous of her name.
Why?
Like, growing up, like, I was,
you was
like, that's a tight name. Like,
no, it's not.
Well, as a kid, it was a tight name.
2 more likes to get us to 35, guys. 2 more likes will get us to 35.
Okay.
Remember she was on Revolt? No,
she was
on MTV too.
Yeah, she was on MTV. She was on
Ridiculousness.
She was on Fantasy Factory. She was on Ridiculousness. She was on she had another show that she was on too, but she became a rapper. She got signed to Young Money.
She always been trash though.
The whole time.
Why would they sign her?
You got to talk to Wayne. I don't know what's going on with that.
Okay.
Or maybe Mac Main. I don't know. But
that was the era when they was doing anything. Yeah. They was over there. So they was trying to stock Young Money up. Yeah. It was like 30 niggas signed to Young Money at a point.
It was hella Young Money.
Like, what was Omarion doing over there? Or Lloyd? Was it Omarion or Lloyd?
It was Lloyd.
It was Lloyd.
Paris Hilton. No, Paris Hilton was signed Cash Money.
For what?
Fred Durst. That was the same run. I told Bow Wow was signed to Cash Money.
Bow Wow. Never mind. I was gonna say Bow Wow might make sense, but whatever. But Paris Hilton and Chanel West Coast is crazy.
So she basically shout out to Kayla, the homegirl Kayla on Kiss FM. She sat down with Kayla and did an interview with her, and basically was saying that how hip hop is too ratchet now, and I will play a clip, but it's too long. But how hip hop is too ratchet, and somehow she ended up talking about NBA YoungBoy got too many baby mamas, and she basically started off as a rapper. Like I just said, she was signed to Young Money, and she put out trash music. She put out trash music, and then now I guess she became a mother, and now she's like hip hop is too ratchet. It's ghetto, whatever it is. I don't want I'm making wholesome music, and it needs to be less ratchet and less, And then she alluded to some young boys robbing a vending machine, and the music being negatively influencing the youth. And I was just like, so people were looking when I posted it. Everybody was calling my phone like, you didn't say nothing at the end of the video. Well, I have a show, so we're gonna talk about it on the show.
Yeah.
But I just think that it's very interesting. One, okay, I'm gonna give you two thoughts. One is this is another case of semi-right message, wrong messenger. Okay, I understand because D1 I talked to D1 when we was in Atlanta for Black Effect, and D1 be doing that shit. Head, brother, we got to get out the strip club. We got to make sure that our black people being sweet gods, and we, all this negativity and spinning blocks and drills in the music, and he was doing his whole thing. I'm like, D, and I'm gonna share what I said to him. I said, D, the problem that I think that people have with you, and I'm gonna go back to Chanel. I said, D1, I think the problem people have with you, bro, is that you don't show the other side. You weren't always this person. So then for you to forsake these people who still aren't that person that you are now, that's not okay if you're not going to acknowledge the person that you used to be as well. Right? Chanel West Coast, we used to make trash music in hip hop. She now has pivoted to making country music. She's a country music artist.
She left the culture.
Completely. She gets the privilege to do that, which takes me back to my second point, which we always talk about. People being invited to the cookout prematurely, or visitors in the culture, however you want to look at it, whatever. Like the Post Malone effect is what people call it, where you come in, you cosplay a little bit, or you participate, maybe genuine, and you participate in the culture. And then when it gets inconvenient or it gets a little rocky or it's a little bit too much, you can just vacate. And I've said this about other people in media as well. Like I'm me every day. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get to take my hat off and go home to a house where I don't have to be hip hop. I'm hip hop every day, right? And I think that when people like her make these kinds of statements, it's being received in a wrong. Her intention may be pure, like to say, "Hey, I just think the music is a little too much for me right now. It's over sexualized, whatever." You have an opinion, valid. You can have an opinion. However, you have to take into consideration the context of how people have treated the culture over the years who look like you. That can't be overlooked, right? So that being said, I think what happens is this is going to sound terrible, and don't clip me up too bad, but I think that what I found in my life is that, especially within hip hop, eventually white people do white people shit, and I don't know what that means. I can't articulate it to you, but the people who know. That's all. What?
I just think that it's funny to say that, being that she was signed to Young Money. To have this, to say like, oh, hip hop is too raunchy or it's too much, it's ghetto now and things like that, when this has been hip hop for how long?
Forever.
Like,
there was a whole Freaknik doc.
Also, you were signed to the Dick Pleaser.
Got a real dick. Oh, got a dick.
You were signed to the Dick Pleaser.
Yeah, got a bitch named Keisha, real Dick Pleaser.
Who else was on there? Nicki Minaj.
Yep.
Hold on, she said that wrong. You were signed to the D Pleaser. Wait a minute. You said that wrong.
Nicki Minaj.
You got to sign to the guy. You got to say that. You got to say sign to the guy that was looking for
Tyga. But the other thing of it, like, her music is so trash. She's never made a good song. She's never made good hip hop. You should be in country. You should take your ass over there to country, because bitch, you don't have the rank or respect to say anything about the hip hop culture. You don't.
I'm with you.
So I wanted to say something that I can't say.
What you want to say?
Because I have a job now.
Okay.
What I want to say is, bitch, shut your bitch ass up, you bitch ass bitch. But I can't say that. So I asked ChatGPT, what's a more professional way to say this? So ChatGPT gave me several options. Gina's style, this is what she said. She said, Gina View's style is, respectfully, this might be one of those topics where silence is free.
Okay.
That's what ChatGPT told me to say. Not every opinion needs a microphone. This feels like a conversation for people who actually live and breathe the culture.
Okay.
ChatGPT wrote this. This is my ghostwriter. I didn't say this.
Okay.
That's what ChatGPT said.
Okay, basically, we have to pose the question, right? That's not the one in the chat. The one is the poll is just pretty lighthearted, kind of fun, I guess. But we have to pose the question when we talk about the open door policy in hip hop and the respect that so-called visitors, right, put on the culture once they get the boost from the culture. Or should I say the lack of respect that they put on the culture once they get the boost from the culture. Just a quick rundown. We don't have to stay here all day. First of all, let's look at Chanel West Coast, who is now a country artist. But as you heard, started off as a rapper. She was with Young Money, right? As many other artists have done.
I'm gonna continue to say it to you, regardless of how mad.
We have to, I just posed the question. We can have the conversation, whether comfortable or uncomfortable, but we can have it respectfully. Is the open door, revolving door, what is the reason? I'm going to tell you what I think the reason is, first and foremost. As much as we, black people, black Americans, hip hoppers, whatever, as much as we own and state claim to own hip hop, we don't own the buildings that hip hop rests in. We don't own the institutions, right, that back hip hop financially. And then you be like, oh, well, that's not hip hop. Oh, that mainstream, that's not hip hop. That's a debate for a different day. We're talking about who pushes the music to the masses that we claim to have created and control. That's why the doors are so open and anybody can get in. And a person who has no love for the culture, no understanding for the culture, no history in the culture. Not saying that you absolutely have to have history, but no actual, true, genuine love, no sincere love, or no knowledge, no understanding, even maybe through your own studies, right? No appreciation, that's how they get in, and they're able to use it for a boost and then move on from it and become country artists like so many others that we can name and we'll get into. But let's start with Chanel West Coast.
You say something.
And you'll see why I ask. With Chanel, is she wrong for calling out the lower level activities of hip hop when she's no longer hip hop and she was literally a guest? She came and went.
Something doesn't make it the truth.
She's saying that because I told her she was, and I'm gonna continue to say it to you, regardless of how mad you get.
But just because you say something doesn't make it the truth.
She's saying that because I told her she was whack rapping one time.
Yeah.
That's all. Have y'all ever heard her rap? Oh, okay, good for the good people that said no.
Well, no. Hold on, let's just get to Lil Wayne, who co-signed Drake and Nicki Minaj, is the same person who co-signed me. I've won a BET award with Young Money. I got songs with French Montana, YG, Ty Dolla $ign, Snoop
Why
Dogg.
you talking with your hands, though?
You don't know my musical track record, bro. You don't know my musical track record. Sorry.
Okay.
I can't be funny today because he doesn't know my mother musical track record, so get familiar.
Let the record show, people always like to say Wayne found Nicki and Drake, but they always leave out Lil Twist and Tiger.
You know my struggle, so you know why I'm extra mad. You already know.
Okay, so
You need to pay her more, Rob, so she don't struggle.
Look.
No, I used to like you till you came at me. You were funny as when you started making wrong opinions
Well,
about
cash me outside. How about that?
Sounds like she was pretty serious about her rap career to me. And who said something about giving back? Who said something about, see, all y'all, hold on, bro. I'm about to. We booming shit today. Captain C4B. Let me see what your next comment is.
I told her she was whack rapping one time.
Yeah.
That's all. Have y'all ever heard her rap? Oh, okay. Good for the people that said no.
Well, no. Hold on, let's just get to Lil Wayne, who co-signed Drake and Nicki Minaj, is the same person who co-signed me. I've won a BET award with Young Money. I got songs with French Montana, YG, Ty Dolla $ign, Snoop
Why
Dogg.
you talking with your hands, though?
You don't know my musical track record, bro. You don't know my musical track record. Sorry. I can't be funny today because he doesn't know my musical track record, so get familiar.
Let the record show. People always like to say Wayne found Nicki and Drake, but they always leave out Lil Twist and Tyga.
And Lil Chucky. Y'all forgot about Lil Chucky.
You know my struggle, so you know.
Jay Mills. Hold on. Shout out to Jay Mills. I don't eat no diss record. He can diss real. He diss records. He makes good diss records.
Why I'm extra mad. You already know.
Okay, so you need to pair more, Rob, so she don't struggle. Look.
No, I used to like you till you came at me. You were funny as when you started making wrong opinions
Well,
about.
catch me outside. How about that?
It's Lil Wayne.
I ain't never seen that, nigga.
That shit boomerang its way back to you, man.
She right there with
I ain't
Weezy.
never seen that, nigga.
That shit boomerang its way back.
She's right there.
Oh my God. Put my fucking mic on! Yo, I'm trying to take a.
Whoa. Control yourself. Oh my God. Out of control.
Oh my God. Put my fucking mic on! Yo, I'm trying to take a picture with y'all. They want to cut shit short and be little bitches in this motherfucker. Put your hands in the air so I can show everybody how everybody turns up out here in San Bernardino one time. Let's go. Hey, put your hands up if you don't fuck with haters. Fuck the haters. We getting high tonight, bitch. Let's go. Put your hands in the motherfucking air and get high, bitch.
That might be why she went to country music. It could have something to do with her getting.
Weak ass bitch. You a weak ass bitch. I waited here with 7 hot girls for way too long, way too popping to fucking wait to get it poppy. It's more popping in my house, bitch. Get the fuck out of here with your fucking weak ass.
What's going on, Chanel?
The fuck I look like? Fucking bitch.
What happened, Chanel?
Fuck them. Y'all think
Tell
you
us
the
what
shit.
happened.
That's why you security. You'll never be more than security. Weak ass bitch. Security loves to hold out whoever the fuck they can because they insecure about their own life. Wish you could be a little white girl rapping, bitch. You wish you could spit bars like you wish.
Hold on. Ain't that talking about rap? What she just say? You wish you could be a white girl rapping. You wish you can spit bars like me. Bitch. Right? So, with that being said, does she have some credence? I mean, you heard her. She can speak on hip hop topics. With y'all tripping. You wish you could.
Security loves to hold out whoever the fuck they can because they insecure about their own life. Wish you.
Oh, wow. That was a bar. Security loves to hold down who they can because they're insecure. Bars from Mars. Get the fuck out of here.
Loves to hold out whoever the fuck they can because they insecure about their own life. Wish you could be a little white girl rapping, bitch. You wish you could spit bars like
I don't know. But I think this is more recent. She's changed.
I think people are going to learn that I'm a lot smarter than ridiculousness made me look. I work really hard. I don't just sit on couches.
I'm not going to lie. Is that a wig? And who is bro? Who is bro? Is this a wig? And who is bro? Am I tripping? Who is this guy? Am I tripping? Bruh? Is that not a piece? Is that not placed upon the scalp of this bro right here? Who's dude? Hit the likes if you know who this person is. My bad.
I think people are going to learn that I'm a lot smarter than ridiculousness made me look. I work really hard. I don't just sit on couches and laugh all day. And I think they're going to see that I'm a really great friend and I'm super down to earth. I am a celebrity. I do have that very glam Hollywood lifestyle, but like my friends are all very down to earth. And you're just going to see that like I am in the Hollywood life, but I'm also like not like the typical Hollywood person. I think people are going to learn that I'm a lot smarter than ridiculousness made me look.
Oh, man. Anyway, shout out to her. Not gonna beat her in the head about it. I'm just gonna say she's one of many. Is it a fault or is it a thing? Is it anyone's fault? Is it a bad thing or is it just something that happens that we have so many people that come into hip hop that venture off into something else? Chanel West Coast, we just saw her. We just went down a quick timeline of her horrible rap career and her affiliations and everything. She is now a country artist, right? Full blown. Do we even want to? I don't know if I can play any of it, so I don't even want to. Let me see if I. Chanel West Coast. Let me type in country because I can't play any of this shit. I just got a warning from YouTube, right? Let's just
2 and go.
I never stay in one place too long. Gotta find a feel.
But look, I'm hip hop. You see, I still do the hand motions and I still.
Rock and roll. I'm a wild child. I line, couple ugly little boys tell me good.
This is a cover. The other songs are hers. Little Bit Country, Chanel West Coast. Chanel's West Coast goes country. This shit says from the street beats to saddle straps, a certain chart-topping rapper has officially yeed her last haul and stepped into the world of country. But don't worry, she's not trading in her hip-hop swagger for country boots just yet. With her new single, Giddy Up, she claims to have, what? lassoed 808s and twangy guitars into one bold sonic rodeo, calling it her most daring and best track so far. It's a part rap cipher, part barn dance, and fully committed. I guess it's 2, proving that you can line dance with an attitude. I don't know. Let's just go real quick. We just run down. We can do so many of them, but let's just. This guy, y'all remember this guy? This little kid right here who was going viral for doing all the raps, like Little Baby and all this other stuff. He was doing a bunch of rapping. All this was rap songs. Little Man J, never official video. Look at his crowd. Just watch this. Just watch the change. I'm just asking a question. First of all, nothing can be done about anything. There are no gatekeepers. You have the internet, and there's a fan for everybody who does anything, right? But I'm just saying, when the so-called big name rappers start to embrace these so-called guests, right, and invite them to the cookout, then they come to the cookout, eat some food from the cookout, and then leave and go back home. And then they throw a hold down, or they do a hayride or something. Are we upset about that? Are we upset? Should we be at all? Should we be, if we are? And should it not be expected, right? When I say they, are the people who are considered guests in hip hop just going back to what I'm assuming their original roots are? Or are they taking advantage by switching up after they put their heart into what they thought was going to pan out for them and didn't work out, and they saw, hold on, wait, I'm white, I can just go do this. I'm just asking. But remember this guy, Little Man J? Just look, little funny looking dude. He was J Cap freestyle. Little Man J Kyle Beats. Look at the name of the songs: Loyalty, On God, So Real. What the other one? It's gonna be like Bands, some shit like that, right? Then hold on, I don't know. Zipper 2, Op Pack. Come on, bro. This is all rap music. Where is it? Backstreet. Look at the crew that's around them. Look at the group of guys that's around them 2 years ago. Even up to 2 years ago, right here. Popping bottles, look, popping out. Uh-oh. I think this is where it changed. Right here. I think this is where it changed. Look. Boom. That girl right there. It's probably this song. Somewhere up in here. You see a change right here in this row. These three thumbnails. What changed? His management. His whole trajectory changed. Right? He was doing views. Look at this, 911K, 210K. You know, that was decent. Look, he's still doing that. Look, certain song. Look at his whole look now. Whiskey for the Wine, 776K, 555K. So he's still doing the same type of numbers, right? But what changed? Was it her? Was it management? What brought this change about? Look, just everything changed. Grow Together, Tennessee. Look, Whiskey for the Wine. This is 1 year ago. Look, boom. Now you're a country boy. Hold on, where the most recent song at? Now you're a country. Look, this is the crowd now. Sipping Country, 1 year ago, 9.4 million views. Little Man J. Stuck in the Middle, 11 months ago. Look. Everything changed. Then he tried to get Paul Wall on a rap remix. He ain't the only one though. This guy, MGK. This is MGK now. Black nails. MGK was on a Cleveland hood white boy. MGK, Machine Gun Kelly, was a Cleveland hood white boy. This man walking around with his tongue painted black. He done tattooed his goddamn skin black. This he walking around looking like Pinhead and man, come on, bro. This was a rapper. This was a rapper. I ain't even got to show all of them, bro. We ain't got to do all that because it's not like a bashing thing. I'm just posing a question. Everlast. House of Pain. Jump around. Jump up and get down. Now, if you really don't know what this motherfucker went from Everlast, his name is now Whitey Ford. Post Malone. Who else? We can name plenty. It ain't a hate thing. It's just an observation. And I just pose a few questions. Should the quote unquote hip hop culture be so inviting? Or should the quote unquote hip hop culture be flattered that quote unquote visitors see the value in using the hip hop culture to catapult their careers? And should the hip hop culture expect anything other than somebody who visits your home, for lack of better terms, to go back to where they live? Is it a bad thing? Or is this appropriation? Is hip hop tired of this shit? They're tired of being appropriated and used as a springboard. And if so, what the hell are y'all gonna do about it if you're tired of it? What you gonna do about it? That's all I want to know. If you are tired of it, what are you gonna do about it? Mike from the Field says we can do the same. Why don't we? I think we are now. Artists like Shabuzi have opened that door. Artists like, as a matter of fact, I can't say Hootie and the Blowfish. I can't say the lead singer. I'm gonna just call him Hootie. I forgot his name. I can't say Hootie because I think he didn't switch genres, right? But I think guys like Shabuzi, I think they opened the door for that, to where there is now a lane for people who may have a hip hop background to get a foot in to the country music aspect of things. Possibly, yeah, it could happen. You could be. Now, it may not be classified as a country song. This is where the differences are going to come in. Are they going to classify it as country? Is it going to be respected on billboards and other things as country the same way hip hop would do a quote unquote visitor song? It would hit the hip hop charts, right? So I think that would be where the discrepancy lies, where country isn't so inviting, and you'll have a hard time getting those awards, or you have a hard time. And if you do get the awards, they're very critical about Beyonce receiving so many awards, or about Shabuzi's presence or something like that. You know, they're very critical as to where we're more inviting. Should should we be more critical? Should we be more standoffish and more apprehensive? Because it's difficult for us to just walk into the country music realm or the rock or the hard rock or grunge music realm and just be accepted, and not only accepted, be a major success. It's very difficult for a person of color to do the same. So should hip hop have more clamps? Should we not be so, I guess, inviting and letting everybody in the barbecue? I'll bring you a plate. You can't come to the barbecue, but I'll give you a plate. Like, is that, then we would be looked at as wrong or racist or standoffish or unfair, right? See, I'm just, now, as I'm having the conversation with myself, before I even get to the chat, I'm just pointing out the hypocrisies. You can't deny the hypocrisy. Because as much as you can make the argument, that will be racist or biased or whatever, standoffish or unfair, if hip hop was to, I guess, put the clamps or have security at the door instead of just letting everybody in the barbecue. We got security doing the pat down and the ID and background check before you can just come in, right? Why is it that if we do that in hip hop, why is it that if hip hop does that, it's going to be looked at as unfair, as being, see, you guys are racist? Why is it going to be, but country can do that. Rock, grunge, EDM, every other genre of music can do that. Why does hip hop have to be the one that's so open-armed and inviting? And it goes back to my major point in the beginning. It's because I think we don't source ourselves. We don't have the buildings. We might have the internal cool, the genetic cool, the natural makeup of what hip hop is, but we don't have the resource, aka the finance. We don't control the money which pushes and funds hip hop. Just my opinion. Now I'm gonna show some love to the chat. Shout out to y'all. Darius Rucker is his name. Shout out Anon. Darius Rucker successfully shifted the band's and his own musical style from 90s pop rock to country music. From Hootie. Oh, that's Hootie and the Blowfish. Okay, Darius Rucker. But that music genre is still the genre. The reason I didn't use him as the example, as the guy who kicked in the door, it may be somebody before Shabuzi. Shabuzi is just the most known. Beyonce and Shabuzi are just the most popular, right? But Darius Rucker from the beginning, the music he was doing was already, let's just say white. When you talk about alternative, pop rock, and then moving into country. So, and his band, everyone, if I'm not mistaken, everyone in his band is Caucasian as well, which makes it easier acceptance. He didn't come in with, I'm just going to use what a stereotypical, if somebody was going to build, if you were to ask a country music artist to build a hip hop artist, what do they see? They would probably see gold teeth, wild hair, tattoos, big jewelry, big car, loud, and a gun, right? Okay, boom. So Darius Rucker breaks all of those stereotypes. He's a graphic t-shirt wearing, Hey Dude shoes wearing, or Birkenstock wearing. He doesn't speak in colloquials. I think it's basically the King's English. His dialect is more of that of somebody from a suburban upbringing. So it's more comfortable for Darius Rucker to walk in those doors as opposed to Chief Keef. I don't know why that name just came to my head, but Chief Keef or Anybody, T.I., Waka Flocka, who got tattoos in their face? Gucci Mane, right? It can happen, but it's less likely. They're not going to be as comfortable because Darius Rucker has more of a comfortable, approachable appeal to people who aren't in the know, who aren't, familiar with the urban or hip hop culture. So that's why I can't use Darius Rucker as the one to open the door, because he's just black. He don't make black music. In a nutshell. Long story long. Nurse Lady T says, I don't think Beyonce wanted to. She was made to, but not going to get in that. I don't know what that means. Leslie Matthews says, Charlie Pride is one of the best country singers I've ever heard. Shout out to Charlie Pride, whoever that is, but I'm sure he does country music. We're talking about somebody who didn't do country and got into country music. Boom, I see you, Leslie Mathis. Nelly and Tim McGraw made a good song. They did. That may have been the door opener, even though it was more of a... Am I going to give Nelly hip hop, though? Are we giving Nelly hip hop? Are we giving Nelly hip hop? Paranoid Mon says, I never... Hold on, is that Piano Armand? I said Paranoid Mond. Piano Armand says, I never listened to Shabuzi. Me either. I just know the one song that went bananas, which was actually rooted from a rap song. But are we giving... I got to ask the chat a question. Is Nelly hip hop? Is Nelly hip hop? Piano Armand says, we don't vet people. We don't. We like the song and you're instantly in. Oh, I like the song. Oh, you doing dance moves to a rap song? You invited to the barbecue. Have you checked the background? That person may be doing that on that one reel, and you're going to say he's invited to the barbecue, and you go look at the rest of his reels and it's all racist rhetoric. Oh, you invited to the Slim Jones says that, Mikey, I agree. Mikey says, we would accept someone who did country and tried to rap. We wouldn't accept someone who did country and tried to rap. We would call them corny. Yeah, we would. So if Darius Rucker tried to rap, Hootie, I only want to be with you. If the ops ever try to slide through. I'ma put the beam on you. Dun, 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 dun. Somebody tried me like I ain't the man. He didn't know I had a big gun in my hand and I'm ready to shoot. I'ma put this fire on you. Big Slim 901 says we had to fight for Lil Nas X to get recognized. Facts. And listen, I forget his sexuality. The song was a hit. Motherfucker, I forgot about Lil Nas X. Billy Ray Cyrus went and got on the song with him. He had to get on the song with him to even get it. He said, fuck what y'all talk about. I like the song. I like it. I want to hear it. Matter of fact, I'm about to get on that bitch. Well, I'm about to take my heart to the old town road and then ride till it can't no more. I'm gonna take my... Shout out to that dude. Mike from the Field says, why just go country? Plenty other of genres. Slim John, who? Says the real question is, can you start out in country genre, then transition over to hip hop successfully? Wow. That's a great question. That's a great question. Mike from the Ville says Little Nas was successful. He was just liked. He was just liked dudes. People effed with him. And Anom says Hootie and the Blowfish, LOL. Every white didn't know he was black. Yeah. He ain't turned into a rapper, though. He's still country. Who? Big Face 901, what up? He said, Mike, we not welcome in their world. Remember Lil Nas X? Oh, that's why Anom said Hootie and the Blowfish. Right. Sir Chief. Damn. See? Sir Keith Chief says, what's next after hip-hop is what I wonder. Hip-hop's getting old now. Man, hip-hop is Big Face 901 says, remember Mark Wahlberg did that ish too. Sir Keith Chief said he was from House of Pain. Yeah, Everlast. Yep. Slim Jones says, MGK had bars. Mike from the Ville says, I blame Eminem for this. Where is hip hop going now? Gio Roman says, shout out to Kid Rock. Facts. Mike from the Ville says, you got to pause any lyrics you use from Nas X. Foxy GD says, Nurse Lady T agreed. McCJ says, let's just keep this a buck. Beyonce had such a great opportunity to do something wonderful with country music, and she blew it. That album was actually trash, and you're not the first person that I've heard say that, and it doesn't have anything to do with race, because I'm talking about black women. They said that shit was trash. Foxy GD says, yes, Chief Samo Set says, nope, Gio Roman, I know nothing about country music, and for that reason, I'm out. Like LES Barbecue. Leslie Mathis says he's a black man that sings country music from the 60s, and that was in reference to Charlie Pride, guys. If anybody wanted to look up Charlie Pride, shout out to you for that info. Thank you very much. Mike from the Ville says, yes, he's a rapper. I don't see him as anything else. He ventured into country music with a couple songs. Did he ever do an album? Slim Jones said, rumor, stop that ish, man. Anom says, all I want to do is shoot. Anom, you stupid as fuck for that, bro. All I want to do all I want to do is shoot. Hey, man, bring Darius Rucker to the drill. Let's make drill country music, man. Let's do it. Hold on. Let me look this up, guys. All I want to do is shoot. I fuck with it. Charlie Pride, guys. If y'all ever want to know, here you go right here. American singer and a baseball player. I didn't know that. Sheesh. Hold on. Let's see.
Now I've got heartaches.
No, the music, no. Sheesh. Daniel's about to hack me for the music, bro. Oh, shit. I had to get up out of there real quick. Where we at? Oh, I got lost. No. Fuck it. Gio Roman says, shout out to Post Malone. Anonymous says, Robert Van Winkle, a.k.a. Vanilla Ice, started with rap and then went into other genres. Mike from the Ville says, I remember the rock version. Ice, baby. Oh, Mike from the Ville says Nappy Roots still rap too. Oh, still rap to me with a country tone. Nas X is the shit. Foxy GD says. Jesus died for your sins. Real Hooper says. And Anom says you can't forget about Nappy Roots. Oh yeah, they had like one song that was basically country tone. It was just a beat. They tried to do a crossover. It worked though. Nurse Lady T says, we know Uncle Charlie. What was that question that Slim Jones put a question up and I should have used that. Even though we're about to switch topics, that should have been the there it goes. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna change the poll real quick. We're gonna leave it up. We're gonna do a quick 5-minute, maybe 10-minute poll. Quick 5, maybe 10. Might let it stay 10 minutes as we carry over into the next subject. That's what I might do. I don't want to drag it on. And I should have, as soon as I saw that question that Slim asked, I should have went ahead and made that the poll question. That was a great effing question, bro. Yeah. How did I drop the ball? Oops. Can it? Can that happen? I just want to know. That was a great question. I should have I'm sorry, y'all. I dropped the ball. I should have put that. I should have switched that poll like 10 minutes ago. I thought I saw it. No, it wasn't that long. Maybe 5 minutes ago, I should have changed that poll question. I saw it. I should have did it. My fault, guys. Let me do I think it could happen?
Around the bonfire, jacked up.
Man. Gio says if the music is good, I shouldn't see a problem. Facts. Leslie Mathis says, Nurse Lady, I love Uncle Charlie, Kiss an Angel, Good Morning, and Love Her Like the Devil When You Get Back Home. One of my favorite songs. Oh, I might need to look into that. That's some, damn. Sheesh. The rock version of Ice Ice Babies. Ass. Ice Ice Baby. In this day, in Let's Go sent coins for 10 jewels like 3 times. Super duper salute. Let's go. What genre did Mark Wahlberg go to when he left rap?
Oops.
Mark Wahlberg's music career took off in the early 1990s under the stage name Marky Mark. Fronting the hip-hop group Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, he achieved massive international fame with his 1991 Billboard Hot 100 #1 hit, Good Vibrations. Excuse me. Oh, he transitioned to Hollywood, but wasn't there some I don't want to see man, this is why I don't. Same guy that came into hip hop and made a mint. Mark Wahlberg has committed multiple, well-documented, racially motivated hate crimes and used racial slurs in his youth, for which he has publicly apologized. How do I know you're over it, buddy? 1986, age 15, Wahlberg and his friend chased a group of black elementary students down the street, throwing rocks and yelling racial slurs, including the N-word. This resulted in civil rights injunction in Massachusetts. 1986, the next day, Wahlberg and a group of friends harassed another group of mostly black fourth graders on a beach field trip, throwing rocks and yelling racial slurs until an ambulance, epithets, until an ambulance driver intervened. That's a word I have. Do I know that? I don't know that word. Let me look that up right now. I don't like being wrong. No, I want to hear it. A descriptive word, phrase, or title added to or used in place of a person or thing's name.
Epithet.
Epithet. Yeah, I hate your ass with a Etch-a-Sketch, motherfucker. 1988, age 16, Wahlberg attacked 2 Vietnamese men on the same day while attempting to steal beer. He beat one man unconscious with a 5-foot wooden stick and punched the other during assaults, and following his arrest, he used anti-Asian slurs. Anyway. We can move on. We're going to move on. We're moving on. Damn, bro. Anonymous says, Little Man Jay got that huge nose. He sounds like he's stuffed up when he sings. Yeah. Hey, shout out to him though. He got a big fucking hit too. A big fucking nose and a big fucking hit song. Slim Jones McJeezy says the movies. Gio Roman says, bingo boom, bada bing, bada boom, bada bam. That beat was hard. Boom, doom, doom, boom, doom, doom. Leslie Mathis says, does a person ever, hold on, wait. I think Wahlberg went into movies after his hip hop career ended. Facts. Oh, I said something pause worthy. Oh shit, pause, my bad. Nurse Lady T says, oh my. Gio Roman says, boss says highly known for racism. Leslie Mathis says, does a person ever really get over acting the way they, I'm reading too fast. Does a person ever really get over acting that way, or do they just hide it better? I think it depends on the person, to be honest. Nurse Lady T says definitely learns to hide it. I think I'm gonna say it depends on the person. Some people, there are a lot of secret bigots, right? There are a lot of, the Klan will tell you that, right? They wear a mask, and these are the same people who might be the scouts of the city, who might run the city, who might be the sheriff, the branch manager, but they wear that mask and they go out and they say, oh, we hate all and everything that don't look like this, so yes, people do hide it better, but I think in some cases there is true, let me say, remorse, and I guess a redemption of the heart. Some people do. Sometimes it takes something tragic. Sometimes it just takes. We watched something on here before. We showed a older white guy who had basically been raised to be a bigot, to have hate in his heart, and to perform uncivilized when he encounters people of other race or ethnicities. One moment opened his eyes, then another moment changed his entirety. And he said for the last 30 or 40 years he had been living his life totally opposite of everything that he was taught, and just going around embracing people and spreading love and helping people. Now, is that, if you want to say that's him fighting his natural thoughts, so he has to continue to, I guess, do that kind of work or act in that manner to make sure he doesn't revert back to that. Even if that is the case, I respect him for having that kind of discipline and that kind of at least love in his heart to want to try to not have the thoughts that he had, that he was taught growing up in his most impressionable times, when he was being raised and trained and taught to think that way. And now if he has to make, even if it's a conscious effort, every thought, he has to keep reminding himself, hey, no, that's not right. That's not right. If he spends the rest of his life doing that, which is a fight within itself, I still have to respect it. I still have to respect it. As long as he's continuously winning that fight, and that initial feeling for what he was trained to think never rears its ugly head again, then I can respect it. I hope I explained that clear. That was a lot of talking, right? But I hope y'all got it. We gonna move on though. I'm gonna read the chats. Let me show some love. Number 1, we got Nurse Lady T. Number 2, we got Slim Jones McEasy. Number 3, we got King JH. Number 4, we got Mike from the Ville. Number 5, we got Gio Roman. Number 6, we got Sir Keith Chief. Number 7, we got Foxy GD. Is that for God damn? Number 8, we got In This Day In. Number 9, we got Anonymous 1. And number 10, we got Leslie Mathis. And then number 11 and 12, because I see it, we got Mentally Me and Miss Italy D. Let's go. Yeah, that rhymes. Mentally Me and Miss Italy D. That rhyme. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all know about Heavy D? Diddly, 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 Miss Italy D. My diddly, diddly, Miss Italy, Miss Italy, Miss Italy, Miss Italy, my Italy, diddly. Damn, I think that's the first time I need to get paid for that shit. Anyway, Florida Boy says it's his surroundings. Leslie Mathis says, yes, sir. That was on point. Nurse Lady T showing the emojis. Let's go. Is that Rudyard Menta? I hope I'm saying it. Rudyard or Rudyard Menta. I hope I'm saying your name right. No disrespect. Vanilla Ice equals Eminem. Anonymous says, New Kids on the Block, Mark Wahlberg and Joey McIntyre. My sisters used to leave kiss marks on the TV and he still got your ass beat because of them? Why, bro? Florida Boy says, I think because he's from Boston and Boston is well-known racist. Right, okay, that's why he's saying it's his surroundings. Gio Roman says they act that way till the children have babies from another race. Oh, man, then you have to have love in your heart, right? Unless you're going to hate your grandbaby. I've seen that too, man. Oh, my gosh, especially being in the South. I saw that many a times. It's just, my thing is, why does it take such a drastic change for you to have understanding? Like it takes for like a family DNA or like a change. Why does it have to be something so drastic for people to have some sort of understanding beforehand? Everybody is so stuck in what they know, how they feel, what their people taught them, what everybody around them says and thinks that's the way, that's the truth, that's the light, that's the ending and the beginning of all ways of life, and that's the culture. Oh, whatever these people around me keep saying, it has to be true. Does it? Anyway, we're gonna get into this. We're gonna get to this last topic, man. We got Giannis. Have you heard the word? Have you heard the word, man? Giannis has been traded. Boy, is this the end of the era? No. Hold on. This is not a question. This is the end of an era for the Milwaukee Bucks, man. Wow. Wow. After 13 seasons, man, 13 seasons with the Bucks. 2 MVPs, a effing championship. They got a chip. So the Bucks got everything they wanted out of them, right? This man was the finals MVP, became the face of the damn franchise. What was the Bucks without Giannis? Everybody thought he was going to retire a Buck. No, we ain't going to do that. But Slim Jones says, I hope he's coming to the Lakers. No, we ain't going to do that. But Slim Jones, who? Did you not see where Giannis landed? It was a fight between 2 teams. Celtics and Miami. Let's hear Stephen A talk real quick. Y'all know where he landed, right?
Let's call it what it is, guys. When we talk about this deal, Wendy, Jay, involving the Boston Celtics, you talk about Jaylen Brown. We gonna peel off. We gonna peel it off, and we gonna get right to it. This is what Jaylen Brown wanted. You got it. Jaylen Brown, from a talent perspective, Jaylen Brown has proven he's a number one. This brother was something special last year. He was an MVP candidate. We ain't taking nothing away from him. This brother was sensational last year when Jason Tatum was out. But we going to go back to it, Jay, because I know you know the brother, and I know you know.
He needed help. Jason Tatum was out. Jaylen Brown needed help. Not just with his painted on tape line. He needed help on that court. He needed a big man that can defend, that can move. He needed somebody to feed the ball to.
Know a lot about what's going on in the league, and of course
he needed another shooter.
Too, Wendy. This is a man that is an NBA champion, that is an NBA Finals MVP.
The Finals MVP. World champion. And 2-time NBA MVP. And a great defender at that. A great defender.
That is playing for the most storied franchise in basketball annals, accustomed to winning championships. He's played in 6 conference finals, and he got bounced out in the first round after losing a 3-1 lead to the Philadelphia 76ers with a hobbled Joel Embiid and called it his favorite season. That's a big reason why this move potentially is being done. It's not the only reason. I won't insult basketball minds and acting like the Boston Celtics jacking up 53 three-pointers a game or whatever is going to cut it. They got to change their style of play, Jay. You're absolutely right. Style of play does matter.
But you bringing Giannis, you're not going to...
Are considering making this move. They're considering making this move because they know that their number 2 or 1A, as we say, wants to be number 1.
This is where they wanted Giannis to land. This is where everybody was thinking. That ain't what happened. Y'all know where he landed, right? What's that Will Smith song? Hold on. Or what's that Trick Daddy song? We on play? Take it to the house. MIA? Take it to the house. This the way we take it to the house. Take it to the house. Take it to the house. 305. Take it to the house. Oh, we got Giannis. Take it to the house. Yeah, they got Giannis. What? That boy went to Miami. I'm going to Miami. 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 I'm going to Miami for something. However that fucking song go.
What is your reaction to this massive trade? Giannis.
Hold on.
Social media went into a frenzy when this news hit your phone, everyone's Google. It's been a long time coming, but he's headed to South Beach in Briscoe. This is a huge...
Giannis took his talents to South Beach. I'm going to Miami. 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 I'm going to Miami to something. Now, what I'm going to say... Miami finally got that star, that franchise player they've been looking for since Jimmy Butler left, boy. Since Jamie Foxx Jr., a.k.a. Jimmy Butler, left, boy, Miami been looking for a franchise player. Bam is fire. Don't get me, shout out to Bam. I don't put respect on his 81-point game or 83. I know it's still Kobe, nigga. But shout out to Bam. He might show out, but I don't think Bam is the one you built the team around. Bam is a team player. Oh, man. I got another question. I'm about to put a poll in the chat in a second. Let's play some of this.
Blockbuster of trade.
Absolutely it is. I mean, we've been waiting for this news to break, and it is now actually happening. It is Giannis and Bobby Portis.
Miami broke a lot of bread for this. Miami gave up one of their top if not their top scorers, bro. Hold on. Miami broke a lot of bread for the
to the Heat. And
let me shut up. Hold on. First and foremost, we about to get in.
The Bucks are bringing in an absolute haul that includes 4 players, Tyler Hero and Jaime Jaquez among them, as well as 3 first-round picks, including the 13th in tomorrow night's draft. There's also a 1 pick swap and a second-round pick. Shams is obviously on the case here, so let's just start with this one. How did the deal finally get done?
Guys, this was a 13-month trade saga for Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee
Real G's moving silence like Giannis. Shout out Freddie Gibbs.
Bucks. Just to put it plain.
Shout out Benny the Butcher too. I ain't on no teams, man.
Mainly, Giannis felt like his time was up with the Bucks a calendar year ago.
The end of an era, man.
Bucks at every turn did everything they could to try to keep him. They fought this right until the end with Giannis to try to win around him. They depleted their assets, their salary books as well. But Giannis informed the team numerous times that it was time for both sides to move on, that he would not sign a long-term contract extension. So now for the Bucks, several weeks ago, they opened up for business. They started negotiating with several teams, and they really started to focus in on the Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics over the last few weeks. Co-owner Jimmy Haslam came out a period of time ago and made it very clear that by the draft, the Bucks wanted to know whether Giannis was going to commit long-term or they would move him. Giannis was not willing to commit long-term, so they are now moving him. And you think about the haul that the Bucks got after negotiating with Boston and Miami in the last few weeks. You get Tyler Hero, that's a homecoming for him. Khalil Ware, a young...
Thank you, bro. Oh, my God. I don't know who this Khalil Ware is, but they got multiple first-round picks. And then I think they get a pick swap. These niggas gave up 4 players, 3 first-round picks, and a pick swap. They gave up their main scorer.
With Boston and Miami in the last few weeks. You get Tyler Hero, that's a homecoming for him. Khalil Ware, a young center. Jaime Jaquez, a good two-way wing. You get Kasparas Yakashonis, who's just 20 years old, an up-and-coming guard. And then they get a significant return of draft capital. 3 first-round picks unprotected, including the 13th pick in the draft on Tuesday night. You get 1 pick swap far out in 2030, and then a 2033 second-round pick. So the Bucks now turn the page on the Giannis era after 13 years. Taylor Jenkins signed a 6-year contract to be the Bucks head coach. They are now going to take time to reassess this team. This is a step back for the organization, but one that they do with flexibility, with picks, with young players, controllable contracts, rookie scale deals as well. But listen, Pat Riley has landed his white whale. We know his history. Shaquille O'Neal, Alonzo Mourning, LeBron James, Chris Bosh, Jimmy Butler, and now Giannis is walking into Miami to play in South Beach with Bam Adebayo.
There you go. Pat Riley, once again, landed another whale. Landed another whale.
History. Shaquille O'Neal, Alonzo Mourning, LeBron James, Chris Bosh, Jimmy Butler, and now Giannis is walking into Miami to play in South Beach with Bam Adebayo. The job for the Heat isn't done, but that's a pretty strong duo to start with.
Imagine trying to score in the front court with Bam Adebayo and Giannis. I took the limo. What's his name? Giannis, I found a loophole. And Bam Adebayo. How you going to score on that kind of... What you got for a front court like that? Does this make Miami immediate contenders, bro? Are they? Hold on, bro. I'm about to make a poll, bro. I'm about to make a poll question, bro. I'm about to make a poll question.
So they get all those players plus all those draft picks. So what did the Celtics not offer up, Shams, in order for their offer?
I don't know, but back to Bam, bro. When you got Giannis and Bam, both of them can protect the rim, and both of them could defend a guard. Does this automatically make Miami one of the best defensive teams like overnight, bro? I ain't gonna lie, that's a crazy defense. Am I tripping? Am I tripping, bro?
For it to be considered by the Bucks.
So, Michael, my understanding is the Celtics aggressively pursued Giannis this draft period cycle. They went after him at the deadline as well, but clearly nothing came to fruition. But at this cycle here with the draft, the Celtics offered Jaylen Brown, the 2024 Finals MVP, and I'm told 2 unprotected first-round draft picks. And so the holdup in those conversations ultimately became the Bucks wanted more assets. They wanted a couple young players, Ugo Gonzalez, Baylor Shireman, potentially others. They wanted more first-round picks, more swaps. But was there a middle ground to be had? But at the end of the day, my understanding
Did he just say the Celtics was willing to trade Jaylen Brown? Oh, my. They was about to throw it all away. So they saw with Giannis. But the other dude hurt, man. Come on.
Nothing came to fruition.
But it got to be even swap, no swindle. The Bucks wasn't going to let Jaylen Brown. They wasn't going to let Giannis go without taking one of them 2 big names from Boston. And I guess one of them can't go nowhere. Shit. Fuck.
But at this cycle here with the draft, the Celtics offered Jaylen Brown, the 2024 Finals MVP, and I'm told 2 unprotected first-round draft picks. And so the holdup in those conversations ultimately became the Bucks wanted more assets. They want.
I know Tatum be hurt though, bro. Tatum be hurt.
Wanted a couple young players, Ugo Gonzalez, Baylor Shireman, potentially others. They wanted more first-round picks, more swaps. But was there a middle ground to be had? But at the end of the day, my understanding is the Celtics were not willing to part with enough young players and assets to get a deal done. The offer stood as Jaylen Brown and a couple first-round picks. So now, if you're Boston, there is going to be fallout from this, some hard conversations, because for the second time in 4 years,
Jaylen Brown is up for right.
The Celtics have offered Jaylen Brown their co-star with
He's expendable. Bro, you put in too much work for that team. They don't, bro. You can go at any time, brother. Go find you another 4 year or 5. Go find you another contract, man. At any time you can go, bro.
Jason Tatum in a trade. Back in 2022, the Celtics offered Jaylen Brown in a package for Kevin Durant, now for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And so the tables are a little different now because Jaylen Brown is a Finals MVP. He just came off a year where he was a MVP finalist as well. And so there are going to be some conversations now moving forward. Jaylen Brown is extension eligible in July. We'll see where things go from here.
In terms of where things go for the teams that actually got this deal done, the Bucks and the Heat, are they done dealing?
The Bucks did good by cashing in for the young talent and the draft capital. They did good. That was a good move. Especially you got a player, when you got a player that doesn't want to be there, and then Giannis was hurt and he set out, 30, 40 games this past season. You know how that goes. If you don't want to be on the team, oh, I'm hurt. You still getting paid. Come on, bro. I'm hurt. It hurts. I think the Bucks made a good move. I think Miami made a good move. I think Jaylen Brown needs to find himself a position on a team where he's appreciated, even though in my mind, they call him he's the main on the Celtics. He remains healthy. He's the workhorse. He keeps putting in the work. I understand Tatum might be the name, but the main guy on that team, in my opinion, is Jaylen Brown, bro. There's no bigger, more important player on that team. No more durable. Come on, man. They tripping. I ain't gonna lie. They tripping.
Technically, Nicole, they don't have to be because I'm told both sides will wait until July 6th to execute the deal. So that means, like the Rockets and Suns did last year when Kevin Durant was traded to Houston, that deal happened around this period of time. The sides waited a period of weeks. It ended up being a historic 7-team trade. I'm not saying this deal will be that, but they're going to leave it open here. They have to make the deal execute with the period of time due to the salaries. But this time will allow Milwaukee and Miami to see, there are other ways to increase the deal, expand the deal. But as of right now, Milwaukee wants to move forward with these players. They've got draft picks. They've got what they believe to be a competitive haul of players and picks to allow this franchise to move forward in a way with flexibility that they weren't going to have with Jaylen Brown. Remember, guys, Jaylen Brown has 3 years left on his deal. Big money, super max contract money. He was due for an extension coming up here. And so you have to decide if you're the Bucks. You just gave up Giannis because you felt in large part you're not ready to compete for a championship now.
That's what the Celtics are doing. Okay, the Celtics want to get rid of all that overhead and we not winning no championships. Is it his fault though? Is it his fault that your main man get hurt? That's not Jaylen Brown's fault.
So do you want to put yourself in a position, if you're going to get a 30-year-old Jaylen,
you paid him like a main man, make him
Brown, that comes with a level of expectation. They'd rather take a step back and assess now moving forward with some assets.
The number of times we've been sitting here, this little trio, talking about the potential of a Giannis trade. The fact that it has finally happened feels in some way a little surreal. Shams, thank you.
Some people say this was a foolish trade because you don't get rid of a generational star like Giannis, right? But if he doesn't want to be there, that's like, in my opinion, I've never been in the NBA. I'm one man on the internet with a mask on, take it for what it is, right? In my opinion, I look at it parallel to being in a relationship with somebody who you're mentally and emotionally done with. You just live in the same house. It's like, yeah, we gotta, whatever we were doing prior to the love being lost, we have to continue doing it until we figure something else out, because the way that this household functions is by the both of us working together. but I really don't want to be here. So I'm going to do like the least. You know, I kind of fashion it to that. And sometimes it's just better to part ways, in my opinion. But then again, I don't own a fucking franchise. So who am I, right? Who wins the East now? Let me change the poll. What was the poll? The poll was can country. Okay, cool. Shout out to you guys. Thank you. Let me change the poll. Who wins? Should it be who wins the East? Or should I go with should I ask the defensive question? Where does Give me a few seconds. I can think of a poll question.
Well, it's been quite the run for Giannis in Milwaukee. 13 seasons, a couple MVPs. Let's take a look at some of the best moments of his career. Let's go back to June of 2013, the very beginning.
Baby Giannis.
Drafted, a little kid from Greece, 15th overall. This is what he said a few months prior to the draft.
What kind of basketball player are you?
I'm an all-around player. I can jump, I can shoot, I can pass the ball. I can do everything in the court.
I can jump, I can shoot, I can pass the ball. Parlez-vous, Francois, whatever the fuck they be saying. I don't know.
What kind of player will you be in 5 years from now?
I'll be much stronger. I'll be much better in everything that I do.
All right, fine. So let's fast forward.
He definitely went and put on some muscle. This is what Wembanyama needs to do. Put on some effing muscle, bro. Jesus Christ.
5 years later, February 2018, he was stronger, faster, and the all-around player, like showing what he could do. This was a game against the Knicks.
He jumped over a dude.
Exactly, over Tim Hardaway Jr. for that. Completely cleared him. That was incredible.
Here's Middleton. Giannis trailing the lob. Giannis Antetokounmpo for Chris Middleton. Johnny Mack loves it.
He jumped over another human.
He did.
All right, let's take it to the 2018-2019 season. That's when Giannis won his first MVP. All he did that season was average nearly 28 points, 12.5 boards, and 6 assists. Here was his acceptance speech.
2 years ago, I had to go in my head that I'm going to be the best player in the league. Yeah, I'm going to do whatever it takes to help my team win, and I'm going to win the MVP. My goal is to win a championship, and we're going to do whatever it takes to make that happen.
Man, all of that just began right there. Right. Did not stop. The following year, 2019-2020, Giannis won his back-to-back MVP awards there. Defensive Player of the Year award as well. Just the third player in NBA history to win both in the same season. It was Giannis, Michael Jordan, and Hakeem Olajuwon. And he was making promises then, but the next year, oh boy, did they really come true.
Yeah, because this is what really matters to the great players. Championships, 2021 NBA Finals. They took down the Suns in 6 games, and in a 50-year drought for that franchise, he averaged more than 35 points, 13 boards during the series, including a 50-point performance in Game 6 to clinch the championship. Celebrated by bringing that Finals MVP trophy, little fast food restaurant.
Can I have, please, a 50-piece Mac Minis? 50, exactly. Not 51, not 49. Chicken Minis, yes. 50. These trophies are not leaving my side. What if all of a sudden I wake up and this is all a dream?
Let's just, what is your reaction to this massive trade, Giannis to the Heat?
Look, there's a Pat Riley bobblehead right behind me, and he's pointing right at Giannis Antetokounmpo, okay? And Pat Riley is the guy, when he decides he's going to get a star, he doesn't miss often, okay? He's missed a few times. They tried to get Kevin Durant a few times, but he has been focused on getting Giannis Antetokounmpo for years. This has been a guy that they've pursued several times. Milwaukee has not been willing to deal him at the deadline. I was actually down in Florida right after the Heat had conversations with Milwaukee trying to get him in February. And the Heat came away from those conversations feeling like Milwaukee just wasn't ready to deal him yet. This is the best player in their franchise history outside of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. It's a big emotional thing to trade somebody like Giannis. And so they felt like once Milwaukee was ready to trade them, they would be right there waiting. The only question was when. And clearly the time is now, but Pat Riley has been focused on getting another star. And if you know Heat culture, there's not many better to fit Heat culture than Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Ramona, this is a domino we've been waiting to fall for quite some time. When you have a player of Giannis's stature, it can literally shift the entire structure of a conference, sometimes the entire league. So with that said, with Giannis going to the Heat in exchange for what they gave up and the Celtics not giving up Jaylen Brown and their draft picks, what does this do for the rest of the Eastern Conference?
Well, I think that's the big question, Michael. I think most of today we thought it was trending in a Boston direction. As Shams just said there on your show, Boston wasn't willing to put the extra young players in there that Milwaukee wanted to get a trade done. And let's think about why, okay? Jaylen Brown is a bona fide star. He finished 6th in MVP voting. I actually voted him in the top 5. He had his best year ever as a pro. How does he feel right now? I mean, I think he would have been okay in Milwaukee. I did some checking on that earlier in the day. He clearly wants to be a Celtic. But how do you feel coming off your best year, where you led them to the number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference, and then you hear your name dangled for weeks in trade conversations? That's going to be a hard bridge to repair now. And the rest of the East is kind of wondering what happens with Boston here. What happens with Jaylen Brown? I'm going to be checking his Twitch feed deep into the night. But those are some things you're going to have to you're going to have to manage that. Now, remember, Jaylen Brown is a guy who's always had a chip on his shoulder. He will use this as fuel. But
Which is true. It's always been, hold on, let's go.
This is hard for the Celtics to sort through.
Okay, so maybe let's just stay there for a second. How do they do that? Like, is there a path forward where you can see Jaylen Brown staying in Boston, or has that sort of happened and they now need to officially move on?
I think that I see him in Boston going forward. I don't see him as the type to ask out or have his feelings hurt. This has happened to him before.
He's not soft. He's not. One thing about Jaylen Brown, my initial reaction was probably a thin-skinned reaction. Like she just said, he's not soft. Jaylen Brown isn't thin-skinned. With him always being mentioned and being traded off, he don't give two damns about that. I think he only cares about the results of course, his life. Good finance, getting paid fairly, or getting compensated for his work. And I think he wants a championship like everybody else is playing for. I think all the whisperings, all the backroom talks, all the extras, I don't think he cares too much about it. It doesn't seem to affect his It doesn't seem to affect his performance much. I'll give him that.
But there's certainly some fence mending that needs to happen. And guys, we saw what happened to them in the playoffs. It didn't go well, right? This team, they overachieved during the regular season. You got to give Jaylen Brown a lot of credit for that. But they weren't good enough in these playoffs. They need to add to this team. They got young players. They grew up in the regular season, but let's see what Boston does now to add to the team around them. There's also other teams that are on the periphery. Do all those players, do they stay in Milwaukee now? I know Tyler Hero's from there, but he'll attract some interest. There's Detroit's going to try to get better. Orlando's going to try to get better. Let's see how many of those players actually.
Tyler Hero ain't stay. I can't say that. I don't think he's staying.
Stay there. And now let's go back to the Heat, who have been in the play-in tournament, right? They're the play-in tournament kings. Are they done? They've got some business to do now. They're very happy, from just talking to people in South Beach tonight, they're very happy that they got Bobby Portis in this trade. They're really excited about how he's going to fit in with that lineup. They like the defensive aspect of Andrew Wiggins on this team, Davion Mitchell. They still have to decide whether they're going to re-sign Norman Powell, who had an all-star season for them. So they have some business to attend to. And as Shams mentioned, this trade is just a construction. This could expand to 3, 4, 5 teams like we see before July 6th, because other teams can now run their business through this transaction cycle. And so it's going to...
I think with this trade, I think the defense is going to be pretty damn good for Miami. Like I already talk about that front, bro. Them two guys attacking the rim, them two guys guarding the rim and guarding the guard, you trying to get something through that front. It's all right. Run up against them and find out. That's all I'm saying. Is it going to be Block City? No. Wait. Because Giannis, yeah, I'm going to say Block City, bro. Nigga, the two of them combined might have as many blocks per game as Victor Wembanyama had throughout the entirety of the playoffs. Didn't he get like 5 or 7? Like, he was going crazy. Pat Riley is in his 80s. Pat Riley got him another whale. This is one last championship run. Look for Miami. Pat Riley is going for what he sees as a super team, or at least a super contending team. Pat Riley is going on his final championship run. Heat fans, hold on to your hats. It's about to be a wild ride. I'm not a Heat fan, but I'm just giving it up to the Heat fans. The same way the Knicks finally found their whatever it was that took them 50 years to get that right combination. I think Pat Riley is at the lock. He's tweaking with that lock, and he's about to find that combination again, bro. He's been successful multiple times, guys. He has the recipe. He sees it in the players. He knows the recipe. He knows the blend, what to put in that pot to come out and cook. I'm gonna say Miami, not next season. Give it 2, maybe 3. I'm gonna say we got the Heat becoming a championship team, bro. Pat Riley wants another one before he leaves this earth. Another one. Pat Riley wants another NBA championship under his belt before he leaves, bro. Before he's done, not just with the NBA, with life. Pat Riley wants another one.
Going to be a very busy couple of weeks ahead. Oh, by the way, the draft is tomorrow.
By the way, there's that too. Ramona, thank you.
Yeah, you got it.
Well, the one thing the Heat have never been afraid to do is go big on a trade for big talent. 1996, trade package involving Glenn Rice and a 1996 first-round pick to Charlotte for Alonzo Mourning. All he did was become an all-star and a Hall of Famer and get his jersey retired.
Yeah, no big deal. Then the summer of 2004, Miami got Shaq from the Lakers for Caron Butler, Lamar Odom, and Brian Grant.
Florida boy says Pat got about 2 to 4 years left, successfully or not. Wow, that's funny as hell. Damn, man. But if Miami win another title, this does add to that legendary resume of Pat Riley's, man. This trade will be a part of a legendary resume for this man. So I think he's going for another one, bro.
2 years later, what did it lead to? Their first NBA title with Shaq and Wade.
All right, now we're in 2010. Miami got the reigning back-to-back MVP LeBron James, All-Star Chris Bosh.
Pause Chris Bosh when he celebrated they win, bro. Pause that winning celebration from Chris Bosh, bro, with the champagne bottle, bro. Pause him, bro.
And the signing trade deals with the Cavs and the Raptors. And, of course, Miami went on to win 2 titles in 4 seasons after acquiring those 2 trades.
Obviously, nothing can last forever. So following Wade's retirement in 2019, Pat Riley then set his sights on a new star, and he got one in Jimmy Butler. They agreed to a sign-and-trade deal with the Sixers for Butler, and the All-Star forward led them to 2 NBA Finals appearances.
All right, now let's bring it to present day. The Heat pick up the Greek Freak. And they're going to pair him with Bam Adebayo, who's been on a tear the last couple of seasons. Miami setting the sights on finally contending at the top of that Eastern Conference. Miami setting the sights on finally contending at the top of that Eastern Conference.
This trade will be a big trade to add to Pat Riley's legendary resume, man. I'm going to keep saying that, bro. He got one. Shout out to him as a coach. But a coach ain't shit without the players. But most importantly, though, shout out to y'all. Let's go. We didn't break the glass, but we did go crazy. I hit the wrong button, but shit, I meant to do this one. But shout out to y'all.
Aggravating as hell, man. You're aggravating.
Shout out to y'all, man. The most aggravating chat in the game. Most appreciated chat in the world. We done reached them 50 likes threshold and surpassed it. Super duper salute to y'all. You know what? I owed y'all that a minute ago, but shit. Had to get through the content. Cause y'all know how the show go, man. Shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for rocking out. Let me show some love before we get up out of here, man. We are going to shout out the top 10.
Smack! Who is this nigga?
I don't know who this nigga is, but the number 1 is Nurse Lady T. The number 2 is Slim Jones McEasy. The number 3 is Mike from the Ville. The number 4 is Gio Roman. The number 5 is Sir Keith Chief. The number 6 is King JH. The number 7 is Anonymous 1. The number 8 is Jenny from the Block. The number 9 is XO Males. And the number 10 is Foxy GD. Let's go. And then we got honorable mentions number 11 and 12, just because I can see them. We got In This Day In, and we got Florida Boy 239. Shout out to y'all. Super duper salute. Let's go. Show some more love to the chat before we get up out of here. Florida Boy said that's the MVP trophy. Slim Jones McGeezy says the NBA Finals trophy is way bigger than that. I said that was the final trophy? My bad, y'all. I don't know what the hell. I've been talking for 3 hours now. I'm tired. I fucked up. My bad. Big Steph 9108 says, who's the Heat starting guards? Slim Jones McEasy says, why is that trophy so small though? Nurse Lady T with the eyeballs. Slim Jones says, sounds pretty good to me. Anonymous 1 says, I like Heath bar with extra fudge blizzard. Oh, these motherfuckers getting ice cream. Florida Boy says, Pat got about 2 to 4 years. Oh, I read that one already. Slim Jones says, I normally get a large blizzard cup full of soft serve and strawberries on top. Mel says, like, run them likes up. Anonymous says, Slim, I'd be wishing I was that cone. He was talking about a girl. I know I'm reading the chat from the bottom of the chat up. I'm playing catch up. So the way that these are sequenced might sound a little crazy at times, and I have to just let you know that that may have sounded no. Trust me. That's not what them guys were. They're talking amongst each other about something that happened, and he's mentioning something that a woman did that he wanted to, but I'm reading it out of sequence. It's not chronological. It is, but it's backwards. Anyway, Florida Boy says Tyler Hero haven't been the same since he thought he was going to get traded a few years ago. Wow. Slim Jones says, ain't no Dairy Queen near me. Man, I want some soft serve ice cream. It's too damn hot outside. Nurse Lady T says, I hope it works for them. Sir Keith Chief says, all right, tres bien. BL Chalk says, he ain't getting no damn ring. Who went from a Laker to a Celtic, BL Chalk? Vanessa got to stay single for the rest of her life. Oh, is she talking about, Kobe wife. Jenny shouting out Anon. Anon say, my boo thing. BL Charles says, look that ish up. Huh? Gio Roman says, Jaylen Brown to Chicago. Oh. Whoa, hold on. I'm going to say this. Jaylen Brown can damn near go anywhere. You don't want to, as good as he is, as great as he is, you're only good as the players around you, right? But with that being said, I think Jaylen Brown can go anywhere and be an asset. I think he can go anywhere and be an asset. Gio says, if I was Jaylen, I'll be out. Florida Boy says, who was going to help Jaylen if he got traded? Giannis to Boston would have been epic, Slim Jones says. Anom says, been feeling like Luka, how I ball. That shit a blessing. Number one rule in Texas, keep it silent. Ain't no telling. Damn, what song is that? Gio says regular season they're going to be good, but not come playoffs. Slim Jones says, okay, Mike, I'm sleep on that. It's a song called Heat. Oh, that Juicy J song, you was saying, I keep a lot of heat, Pat Riley. Got them tools for the body. Got them tools for your body parts like O'Reilly. They need more. Yes, it helps them most definitely, but is it enough? Slim Jones says they still can shoot threes. Giannis and Bam, Florida Boy says. That's a fact. They can shoot as well. Anon says Luka lacks in defensive effort, sometimes failing to get back in transition or yelling at referees instead of playing. Facts. Yes, he doesn't play a lot of defense, but his numbers spoke for themselves offensively, Slim says. Luka do put numbers up, bro. He put numbers up. Florida Boy says, question, you think Kobe's 80 was worth it? Was the Raptors good when he did it? They let Kobe do that, even though he's my GOAT, I must admit it. The same way they let Bam do it, but it say Mr. 3 Ooh Fruit Loop Killer said, what's Bracken, bro? How you been? What's Bracken, bro? How you? Salute from Bompton. What's up with it? Salute, 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 super duper salute. I hope I said that right. No disrespect, bro. I ain't, y'all already know. I don't know nothing about nothing. 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 But yeah, man, we gonna get up out of here, y'all. Shit, we going on 3 hours. I need the rest of my day, goddammit. I done gave y'all half of this MF. I gotta go get to it. I appreciate y'all. Super duper salute, man. We done showed so much love to the chat and gave everybody the props. Shout out to who I'm gonna just call the names I see now. I ain't gonna read no more chats. I gotta get up out of here, y'all. I don't think, oh no. Damn, I'm about to read one. I said I'm not reading no more. Gio Roman, Slim Jones, Big Steph, Florida Boy, Anonymous, Mr. Fruit Loop Killer. I gotta skip that part, bro. I don't know if I'm saying it wrong. No disrespect, please. Don't take no disrespect from that. Big Steph, let's go. Nurse Lady T, let's go. Oh shit. Sir Keith Chief, let's go. I guess, damn, it was all y'all towards the end. Jennifer Hodge, let's go. That's Jenny from the block. Let's go. Mike from the Ville, let's go. BL Chalk, let's go. Mark Rayner, let's go. Leslie Mathis, let's go. Rudimentar. Is that supposed to be like another way to say rudimentary? Rudyard, let's go. If I said your name wrong, my bad. Charge it to my mind, not my heart. Foxy GD, let's go. In this day in, let's go. Super duper salute to y'all, man. We're going to get up out of here. I appreciate y'all. It's been a great day. Thank y'all. Listen, like my bro said, I reserve the right to be wrong. That's only room for human error. I will never set you out on purpose. And like I say, I identify as a multimillionaire. In this world of choices, everybody wants to be a cat, dog, man, woman, and a Crayola crayon, and they weren't born that. And we are forced to respect their identity, right? We got to use them, they, her, them, us, she, whatever. No disrespect to that, but I'm just saying, throw us in the pot as well and put some respect on my identity and my choice. Because I choose me, I identify as a multi-millionaire. And if they got a bathroom, I need a cash register. Facts. Other than that, says Illuminati Network. We out this motherfucker. Let's go.